Okay, yes, I got it. And she's in the conference call over there, so I'm trying not to be too loud. Okay, yes, I got it. All right, cool. Let me do this. Nope. Do that. And then move this over to this screen. There we go. And I think we are good to go. All right, so let me do this. Thank you guys for your patience. All right, there we go. Share that. Okay, I think that worked. Okay, good. Now I can bring these two back. Um, thank you. Yeah, she's a gorgeous girl, just beautiful. But you know what I like about her? I like that she's a beautiful person. She's very kind, very nice. No one has a bad thing to say about her. And here, give it to you like this. This is how you know you're dealing with a nice person. When, all right, I think I got everything in place. But this is how you know you're dealing with a nice person. When the entire family, anytime they have a problem or anything going on, the first person they think of calling to resolve the problem is you. That's when you know you're one of those people, like the Bible says, blessed is the peacemaker. She's very peaceful, very kind, very playful too. She wakes up and just wants to play, just bright spirited, always thanking God for everything and so forth and so forth. So happy anniversary to all of you guys out there as well. So if you're going to be celebrating any special thing today, type a number 2 in the box. I want to make sure I'm testing something, by the way. I can see your comments. I can see everybody's comments. So type a number 2 in the box. I just want to make sure if you're celebrating anything today, anniversary, date, or whatever. Good, good. Hey, Iowa in the house. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, good, 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 good. So, anyway, all right, cool. So, anyway, let me go over this and then let's go over some numbers. And I have a presentation to go over with you guys. And along the way, I may tell you guys some secrets that I found to make a relationship actually last. There's actually 4 things that I have learned, and I will give those to you guys if you want them, and we can do that later. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sometimes I have so many things running through my head at one time. If I don't write it down quickly, it will flee me, and then I'll be irritated for the rest of the day because I can't remember what I was trying to remember. Okay, so good. Here's what I'll do. Along the way, I will give you guys 4 areas of what you can do to have a wonderful, wonderful relationship. If you're missing these 4 areas, it typically will fall apart. And I've been in a relationship arena for a very, very, very long time, way longer than this Forex stuff. So, and I was a certified life coach, and I am an anti-divorce advocate and all these different things. So there's other things I do outside of trading in the markets. So I'll give those to you. And I've spoken on, me and Nancy have spoken on stages. We've attended, been asked, invited to speak at certain events and all these different things over the years. So, and at one point, her and I, we also were having our own Facebook channel where we had close to 250,000 followers, and we had thousands and thousands and thousands of people who tuned into our Sunday show that we did from our kitchen. Every Sunday we would do a show from our kitchen, and we had thousands of people tuning in. And then our page got hacked, and that's why we don't do it anymore. Even though we still had a lot of people saying, "Hey, are you guys ever going to start again? We loved you guys," and da 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 da. So I can give you the 4 quadrants. I know Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book, The 4 Quadrants, about the 4 quadrants of finances and financial freedom, but I've learned there's 4 quadrants in relationships that people need to have. And let me say why this is important, then we'll move on. The reason why this is important, don't ever forget this, okay? Don't ever forget this. You can make all the money you want, in Forex or whatever venture you do. But if you don't have somebody to celebrate that with, you don't have anybody to spend that with, it doesn't have the blessing that it normally would have of being able to share it with somebody. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Type of 5, if you understand what I'm saying. Type of 5, type of 5. I want to make sure y'all getting what I'm saying. Or let me give it to you even better. You can make a lot of money and be with the wrong person who irritates the living out of you, right? I didn't cuss. And that money still means absolutely nothing. And some of you guys have dealt with that or are dealing with that right now. You're in situations or have been in situations where you even had money, but it brought you no thrill because of the person you were with. Type of amen to that. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to cover some charts, and towards the end, if you guys want to hear my little 4 secrets, I'll give it to you. Okay. Anyway, let's get to work. Number one, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you want financial advice, please seek out another financial advisor because I'm not a financial advisor. Matter of fact, my bookkeeper sent me my report, my monthly report that I have to look through. And then I met day before yesterday with my accountant. So what am I telling you? I don't give financial advice. I get it myself. Okay. So if you're here for financial advice, this, that, and the other, I'm not the person, and that's not what we're discussing here. Okay. Number two, please make sure that when we get to the question and answer period that your background noise is under control, because I do want to hear your question and so do everybody else, and they do want to hear my answer. So please make sure that your background noise is under control. Okay. All right. Something new, by the way, because we have a person who keeps trying to spam us. I do apologize, but what I did was I turned the comments so that me and Donna can see the comments, but I doubt that you guys will be able to see each other's comments. So I am seeing your comments, so thank you very much. Somebody said I want to give a shout out to your team for the quick responses they always provide. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. No, Monica, it's not you. Like I said, here's the deal. Anytime you're doing good work, you guys, Satan always, oh, you can't see me? Hold on. I thought y'all can see me. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that is a problem. Hold on, Donna. That's the problem. I'm sorry. Hold up. Hold on, Donna. I got you. All right, bing, bing. All right, Donna, you should be good to go. I'm sorry. I thought I did it. I told you I got a million things on my mind. Today is my wife's wedding anniversary, but I got a whole list of responsibilities to get done today. So, and so does she. She's actually in a conference right now in her office. And so we just decided we'll celebrate this weekend. So sorry about that. Okay. All right. So now here's back to these announcements. All right. When we get to the question and answer period, which is my favorite part of the session, please make sure that your background noise is under control because this is being recorded for playback. And they do want to hear your questions and they do want to hear my answers. So please make sure, do not be afraid to ask questions. I don't care if you've been trading for years, and I don't care whether you've been trading just starting yesterday. Please ask questions. This is the time to do so. I know I'm not always available throughout the week, but this is your time to come in here and ask me questions. And I prefer to do it this way because I've learned several years of being in this business and teaching thousands of people that it is always best to be able to hear their voice and they can hear mine, because sometimes if you go back and forth in emails, you go 20, 30 emails and everybody's pissed off when it could have took a 2-minute conversation and it would have been over just like that. Okay, so please feel free to ask your questions. Okay, and I don't care, even if you have trading partners, and let me say this because it is open to the public. So I don't care if you have people who never wants to purchase anything from us or do business with, that's fine. I really don't care. I'm just here to help us as a retail family. So if you have a trading team and they're struggling or whatever, hit them up real quick. Give them the Zoom link and let them come on in. I promise you, I'm not trying to, hey, I don't care. It's up to you guys. We do offer things, but if you don't want it, that's perfectly fine. If you got your own thing, but you just want to ask a question, that's fine. I'm here to help you, okay? Promise you, I'm not tripping. All right. God has blessed us. We're fine. I'm okay. Just come on, and let me help you and your family. Okay. Um, the doors, by the way, of many opportunities are shutting very, very quickly, faster than I even anticipated. I won't go into details because then that'll take us through a big rabbit hole. But things are getting quickly out of control and worse. but the average person has no idea what's going on. So that's why I'm saying, let me help you, or you may be able to help me through your question, and let's do that, okay? All right, so um, disposable income, please make sure that when you are trading, that you use disposable incomes. And disposable income simply means just that, it's disposable. It means that regardless of whether you want to trade, you've been trading on a demo account, maybe you've been flipped it 2 or 3 times, so you say, okay, I'm ready to start a live account. That's cool. When you're trying to, because people always ask, hey, how much should I start with? That's always been a question over the years. And I can't tell you that because I'm not a financial advisor, but here's what I would suggest to you. After you have paid your bills, after you have put money aside for rainy day money, whatever little pleasure money you have after that that you don't mind putting at risk, that should be the amount, okay? Because everybody's financial situation is not the same. So I could be telling the person to start with $100 and they could be a millionaire. And they'd be looking at me like, bro, are you tripping? But then to somebody else who just came out of a struggle, $100 may be a lot of money to them. So that's why we don't get into these exact numbers. Well, how much? Well, you're not telling me this. And I got people getting upset with me about that. Okay, you're just going to be upset because I don't know you personally. I don't know what your situation is. And so I'm not going to tell you to do this emphatically when I don't know what's going on with your financial situation. So all I can tell you is put up anything that you don't mind putting at risk after you have taken care of your family and you put some money into savings. After that, then whatever you decide, that's fine. It's up to you. Okay. Because the market could be just like yesterday. Market went nuts, way crazier than I anticipated. That can happen. And if you're on the right side of the trade, you'll be happy. If you're on the wrong side of the trade and over leverage, okay, that's going to be a bad day for you. So are you okay with a bad day? And what does a bad day look like to you? Are you okay with losing XYZ amount of money that you put at risk? So just that would be my thing that I would tell you to do. Okay. Scammers, there are scammers on the loose again. And I have a cyber stalker who I'm over to the authorities. It's funny, by the way, people want to grow and become big, but people will hate you for no reason at all. Never done business with you. Don't know. You never meet these people, and out of the blue, they just don't like you because for whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I try to be polite to this person, but you know what? At this point, when they go to jail, it's on them. And I know it's a young, silly man. It's a young man, but who come in here try to create some noise and this and that. So, at this point, IC3 is going to be taking over, and I have a friend at the FBI who I told you guys about who busted several people, and they suffering consequences. That's on them. You do jail time, that's your problem. Because if I politely ask you to stop, and you keep going, you deserve whatever happens to you. So got one of them. Now, moving forward, let me go over this real quick and let's get on something positive because today is my anniversary. It's your anniversary. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day for everybody else. All right, so this is just a quick update and then we're going to get to some charts. Here's the deal. As of today, in the copycat group, yesterday was a really, really rough day, and we're going to go over the charts and see that. But we did take some drawback, but only one loss. But right now, as it stands, we are at 13 winners and only one loss. Okay, so we're doing good there. Only one loss. As of January 1st, which is only what, 6 weeks? In 6 weeks, here's what we have accomplished in the copycat group. We have done 111 closed trades. We do have some running, which I won't cover that because you should be in the copycat, and that's that. Okay, so I won't be telling you what open trades are. What trades are open? I'm not answering that. That's not here. Not here. That's only for copycat people. Okay. But as far as closed trades, we have closed 111 trades as of this morning. And out of the 111, we have won 100 trades. Okay. So can I get a 100 for that? Congratulations for our copycat members. And they're also learning something different finally. Okay. They're learning something different, which I'm going to be covering today's presentation. So you'll get the concept, because some of you guys, it's a strange new world to you when you kind of take your hands off of the controls of trading and be comfortable with somebody else taking the wheel and driving your account. And many of you guys, because you're uncomfortable with letting loose of how I trade, which happens to me because Dr. Elvis trades completely different from me. I mean, look, he closed out a nice trade on GU, and I'm looking like, I don't know. And it actually won. See, we're different. We're different. So when he has control of one of my accounts, one of my prop firm accounts. Get what I'm saying? So it's different and it's difficult, especially when you don't really understand, well, what strategy are they using and this and that. The copycat is not meant for that purpose. It is not meant for you to learn how to trade and use our strategies. It's simply a method for you to generate income while you learn a strategy that works for you. I will repeat that. The copycat service is specifically for people who just need to generate income, a monthly income, or see an increase in profitability, you know what I mean, on a monthly basis, which is how often you should be checking it, maybe once a week, once a month, just like you would if it was your 401k or IRA. It was never meant for you to check it minute by minute and to, well, why are we in this trade? Why did they take this trade? We're not going to explain that because this is us trading our personal account the way we normally would do it if we weren't in front of you. So therefore, there's going to be different variations of strategies and all these different things, okay? Everybody understand that? That's all it's for, generating income. That's what it's for. It's not to ask, well, what strategies, this and that. We're not going to answer those questions because, again, this is us doing our thing on our personal accounts and you're just getting copied on them. That's what it's for. So if you are struggling in Forex right now and you haven't did one single withdrawal last year, okay, then I suggest get the copycat, let that run separately. And over here, now you can take your time and start learning whatever technique or strategy you want to use, because now you don't have to worry about whether you're making money in Forex. It is happening. You're making money in Forex while you're over here on your demo account, taking your time to actually learn the strategy. And let me say why this is so important. One of the biggest struggles in Forex, and we've all been there, one of the biggest struggles in Forex is we're trying to rush the process of learning so that we can make money. Type of 10 if you agree with me on that. Type of 10 if you agree. That's the problem. We're in such a rush to make money until we're speeding up the learning curve process and we're blowing up account after account after account, and you're becoming self-destructive to yourself and to your family. But you had good intentions because you were trying to generate an income. That was the problem. And so we came up with this solution. Now, with the copycat, you're not in the driver's seat, which is okay, but you have 3 people who know what they're doing. And over time, we will generate an income. As many testimonies have come in, and I actually created a testimonial channel, and I'm just going to start doing testimonial videos once a week, probably, to show people here's what people say about it. So now you're generating an income without the stress of having to do it yourself. Now you can stay in that demo account, which you know, come on, tell the truth and shame the devil. You know you should have stayed in that demo account a lot longer than you did. But because you were trying to generate an income, you would test the strategy for maybe 1-2 days. You won a couple of trades, and then instantly you're jumping right into a live account and blowing it up. Or you're jumping right into a prop firm account and you're blowing it up and you're losing, losing, losing. And it's this cycle of sickness going on. And you're hurting. You ain't told nobody in your household, but you're hurting. How do I know? Because this is secrets that goes on within the Forex world. We don't talk about this amongst our family members because we walk out wanting them to think that we're going to succeed when the truth is we're hurting. Steve, stop. Steve, stop. You're funny. Everybody understand? See, only Forex traders who have been through the grind really understand exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody else, they give these shady stories and make it sound all rosy like they never had problems. But you and I know we should have stayed a lot longer in that demo account, but the push to earn an income got us out of demo faster than what we were supposed to. And we end up blowing accounts, blowing accounts, blowing accounts. And then when the prop firm thing came out, oh my God, now we really tearing up accounts. How many prop firms have you failed already? And have you looked at how much you spent on prop firm accounts that you've already blown up? If you cannot, let me say this to you guys, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's necessary. I'm advising you, if you can't flip a demo account, please stop trying to go live. I get some people who are contacting me and telling me, I done blew 5 demo prop firm accounts. I done blew 7 prop firm accounts. My question is, that tells me you're not ready to trade other people's money. Why are you doing that? And thus, here we go. That solved another problem for those who take advantage of it. Now, does that mean that as professional traders, we're going to always have a beautiful day? No. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have drawdown, pullback. And that's why I did that drawdown video for you guys. None of us like drawdown. We don't enter a trade and say, oh, I can't wait to get in drawdown. No, it happens though. And we're comfortable with it because we're used to that. That's something that professional traders are very comfortable with. That's why I did that drawdown video for you guys. It's not that any trader on the planet wants to ever be in drawdown, but we are comfortable with it if we know eventually where this thing is going to go. Okay. That's what separates the experts from the retail trader who's in a rush to earn what? Income. And I get it. You're trying to quit that job. You're trying to earn a little extra money to do X, Y, Z. I get it. I get it. And it don't feel good. I get it. But that's where the copycat comes in. It solves that problem. Now, income can be generated without you being the person touching it. Okay? So if you want to take advantage of it, here's the numbers. Power on. That's the numbers. Okay? It's right there in front of you. Do what you guys want to do with it. Join or don't join. Okay? All right. Now, let me go to something else. Okay. Now, let me get to this. Hold on. Right here. All right. So now, I want to talk about the football game. Kansas City Chiefs versus 49ers. And no, I ain't going to talk about them. I'm actually going to use this football field to train you guys on how to understand a better way of looking at going after the goal of making a weekly income or a monthly income. Okay? All right, here we go. All right. How many yards is in a typical football field? And this is Forex. I'm teaching you pips, counting pips, because I get that question all the time. Okay. How many pips? Okay, 100 yards. And that's why you see 100 yards. Consider this 100 pips. Your goal is to get from here, from nothing at the beginning of the week, to 100 yards, which is to earn 100 pips. Okay. I'll never forget. By the way, if you guys really knew Dr. Elvis, oh my God, brothers. Whoa. Shocker. So when he says he's being humble, trust me, he's telling the truth. That brother is something else. Oh my God, what a beast. What a beast. Oh my goodness. Wow. Him and I, we had a conversation. And I'll never forget, he told me the road to success is always under construction. And as you're going along trying to earn pips, so will your road to your construction. It will always be under work. Okay. Let me rechange that. Here's something he taught me. One of the biggest things that the average retail trader, which we get a lot of these questions all the times, even though I just showed you guys, and there's no way for me to hide it. Okay. No way for me to hide it because we've got hundreds and hundreds of people who are part of the copycat service. So whatever trades we take and win, we win them. Whichever one we lose, we lose. No problem. I get it. It's very transparent because we got hundreds of people who's receiving them. So if we ain't doing good, we ain't doing good. If we're doing exceptionally well, we're doing exceptionally well. If we have an off day, everybody in the group will know it. Okay. Okay. But here's what he taught me. Because here's a big question retailers always ask. He said, Uncle P, I don't care about pips. I never forget he told me that. He said, I have a certain amount of money I want to make per day. And when I have reached that amount of money, I'm cool with that. But he said, I don't ever care about how many pips. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? This is going to be vital to your training today. Okay. I doubt if you'll ever get a class like this to teach you the truth. Okay. He said, I can care less about pips. I'm after the money. I count money, not pips. I never forgot when he told me that. I told you I'm still a student and I don't mind learning from any and everybody. So when he taught me that, I'm going to teach you guys a principle so that you'll understand, for an example, some of the trades I took. And why did I just take them and snatch what I could? While other ones down the line, I probably would just let them run. Well, here's the reason why. Let's get started. If your goal is here, your starting point is here, and your goal is to get over here to the other side and to earn not 100 yards to your touchdown, but 100 pips, then how do you do it? Well, I thought the best way to explain it is because many of you watched the football game, you notice that a lot of times the ball was kicked and they would start somewhere back here at the beginning, just like you're starting in your Forex journey, back here. And this is how we all start at the beginning of the week, back here, okay? Start now. No pips in your pocket and the week is starting. All right, so the market opens and you take a trade. Watch this. We want the trade, every trade, notice this red line. We want every trade to be worth 50 to 100 pips in a day. Type of amen if that's true. Or is it just me? I would love to have a trade every day that would go 50 to 100 pips every day. One trade, boom, I'm touchdown. Okay. Touchdown every day, 100 pips. I would love it. I would love it. Thank you very much for your comments. I can see them. I can see them. This is so good. This is good. This is good. Okay. I would love to see 100 pips per day in one trade, but does that realistically happen? The answer is no. No. So therefore, the thought process is I'm not really tripping off of whether the trade gives me 100 pips or 50 pips. Long as you give me some pips so that at the end of the week, I have earned a touchdown of 100 pips or whatever number it is, because it may not even be 100 pips. I don't really care. Long as you give me some money, I'm fine. So here's what some of these trades will look like. Some trades, you'll go out and it will only be 5 yards, like a running back. Running back, he runs, and guess what? He got 5 yards. Is that still 5 yards of going towards the goal? Yes or no? Type. Come on, talk to me now. Talk to me now. I can see your comments. I can see your comments. Yes, correct. It's still 5 yards. He's gained 5 yards. Running backs, if they average 5 yards, they are superstars in football. Just by just gaining 5 yards per carry. That's considered beast mode. What do we call that? Scalping. Take what you can get. Typically 10 pips. Okay, cool. 10 pips, you still up by 10 pips. Okay. The next trade comes out and you actually earn, watch this. Now you're on the 10-yard line. You got 1 5 trade pip that only cost up 5 pips. And you're like, you know what? I don't know about you. You acting shady. You acting what? Shady. So what do? I'm going to take my 5 pips and I'm going to close that thing out and keep it moving. Did you make money off the 5 pips? Yes or no? And I'm explaining this because I'm seeing a bad trend. We're making people money, but because of their mental philosophy, they're allowing that to interfere with their process of earning realistically free money. You're earning free money. You ain't even doing the work. But your philosophy and you've been caught up into doing it your way, even though you know it ain't working. So if we hold trades too long as a swing trade, complain. If we close trades too fast, complain. And so this is opening up the window of your mind to show you why you're not succeeding in Forex. Okay? You're going to see why you're not succeeding. Your philosophy is wrong. This is what I'm trying to show you. So we got a 5-yard trade. Cool, 5 pips in the pocket. The next trade was worth 15 pips. Where are we at on the football yard line now? 5 pips on the first one, 15 pips on the second trade. Where are we at now on the yards? Monica got it first. Charlie, Ruta, okay, come on, we talking, we good, we good. Oh, I like this. Donna, I think I might keep it like this. Keep the foolishness out, and I can still see everybody's participating. I know them three ain't the only one who can count. Come on, talk to me. You got 5 pips on the first trade, and then 15 pips on the next trade. There you go. Type that 20 up in that box. You got it. So now, watch this. Between those two trades, 5 pips on the first one, you just close it out because it just didn't feel right. And it was going too slow, and there was a big news event coming up. So you close out one on 5 pips, and the second one you close on 15 pips. Well, what's that total? You just earned, you went from nothing to 24 hours later, 20 pips up. And do you know people still complain? People still complain. So is it something wrong with the pips earned, or is it has something to do with the people's mindset? Type pips or people. Which one is it? Who has the problem? The people. And this is what my team deals with. Well, you should have earned more. Well, you should have did this. You should have, no, we should have done exactly what we know has been working for us over the last several years. Me in particular, and I'm going to explain this. So why am I bringing this up? Because two of the trades I took was on CAD JPY and USD JPY. They sat overnight with barely any movement, and I was hoping that they would move more, but they didn't. And I knew a big news event was coming up, which happened yesterday, and we're going to look at the charts and go over that so you guys can see it, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. But it did happen. Fortunately, if I would have left them alone, oh my God, we would have hit the 100 yards yesterday off of those two trades alone. Because they actually did hit just like a slot machine. I knew they were going to go there, but I wasn't certain about what the Fed's or the inflation report was going to be, because it could have went either direction. And if it would have went the wrong way, we could have lost all that we earned, even the 20 pips. We would have had to start back here and even further back because we would have lost the trade. Now you would have been mad. So would it have been wise to take the 5 and the 15 and add those two together and say, okay, at least I got 20 pips out the trade, and let's just wait and see what happens? Would that have been the better choice? Yes or no? Type, 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 type. This is when you have to learn to stop being greedy. This is called trading safely. When you don't know what the next move is going to be, take what you can get and live to trade another day. At least I'm on the 20-yard line. I started back here with nothing at the beginning of the week. I got us to the 20-yard line. We're doing good. Now we just wait for another opportunity. Now that next trade could be for another 30 yards or 30 pips. Now where would that put us? Type, 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 type. Now we have the 20-yard line. We earned the 5 yards from the running back, 15-yard pass, and then we got a nice one, and we got 30 more added to it. Where are we at now? Monica's always first. Come on now. There you go. Y'all got it. Now we're at the 50-yard line. We're halfway to our goal, but it doesn't happen with one trade sometimes. Sometimes you got to take a little something, something, and treat it as if it was a scalp, which, by the way, scalpers, do you know you don't have to scalp off of the 1 minute and 5 minute all the time? You can use higher time frames and just close the trade out whenever you feel like it, and it's still a scalp trade. Because what is actually a scalp? Basically, you're just in and out on the trade. You didn't hold it that long. You just got a few pips, you ate good, and you left. That's all it really is. So what time frame is up to you. So when you say I'm a scalper, that doesn't mean you always have to use just the tiny time frames, which could put you at a disadvantage because you cannot see the whole picture from down there. But you can close a trade out at any given time you want. And the number of pips will determine whether it was a scalp trade or whether it was a day trade, swing trade. It's, it's just pips. It's just money. But again, are you serious about counting the pips or do you want the money? Especially if you're trading a prop firm account. The prop firm is not going to ask you, well, thank you for passing stage 1, but we're not going to get you to stage 2 because you didn't earn enough pips. Come on now. I've never heard a single prop firm ask you, how many pips did you earn? Have you? Yes or no? Type that, type, type, type. Why don't they ask how many pips? Because it's a retail conversation. Remember I told y'all about that drawdown? I said that's a poor man's conversation. So is counting pips over the money. I don't care. So when Dr. Elvis shared that philosophy with me, I'm like, well, no wonder this man is brothers. Boy, if y'all knew. But it makes sense. No wonder he don't care about closing the trade out early. Because it's never about the pips for him. It's about how much money can I make in a day. And over time, it all adds up anyway. And at the end of the day, he gets to the 100-yard line. Now, whether you do it in 10 pips, 5 pips, 20 pips per trade, 50 pips, one trade, you may look up and get 70 or 100 pips on the trade. That's fine. Are you willing to hold it that long? Because that's the other philosophy problem with retailers. You have no patience. So therefore, if you want a trade that's going to get you from here, from nothing to the 70-yard line, right, which is the 30 on the other side, if you want 70 pips, you're going to have to be patient to hold that trade. Unless it was like yesterday, a one-off event where you can get it in one trade, but that's not going to happen normally. See, it exposes the retail thinker to the problems they're having. And it's really you sometimes who's holding yourself back. And I'm showing you how professionals look at the market. And this is what separates the professionals from you. So until you change your mind, you will always struggle in Forex and probably never make enough to do a decent withdrawal on a consistent basis. Notice what I said, on a consistent basis. You may luck up, over leverage and get one, but then guess what? Let me give you guys an interesting fact about prop firms. People always ask me about prop firms. Prop firm, prop firm, prop firm. Okay, here's an interesting fact about prop firms. Do you know that they already know beforehand that the average retail trader is never going to pass a single challenge? So your money that you're putting towards the prop firm challenges, they already know you're not prepared for them. Why? Because they know exactly what your broker knows, that the average retail trader blows up accounts left and right. They don't know what they're doing, and they just in such a rush to make money until they're going to keep feeding the machine, challenge after challenge after challenge. You haven't even flipped a demo account. In fact, you haven't even taken the time to work on flipping a demo account. You keep putting live money on there, and then you get anxious about that. So now, prop firm, I'm going to trade a prop firm. And why? Because you're paying them to use their demo account now. Because you think that stage 1, stage 2 test is a real account. It ain't. That's why they say once you pass these, then you can get a real account. So what are you actually trading? You're trading the prop firm's demo account. And if you can't take your free demo account and flip it, you're paying somebody else to use their demo account to blow that one up, and they just walk away with your money. And so now that basket of money from all these people buying prop firms, they have more than enough money to pay the very few elite people who actually do know what they're doing. Out of the tons of money the gobs of money they just made off of the retailer who don't know what they're doing and they're impatient, they don't know what they're doing. But you still insist on buying prop firms. So they're making money hand over fist. Type of 45 if you guys get what I'm saying so far. I don't want you being bamboozled, but at the same time, this is up to you, because part of this is you. You know you're not ready. If you can't flip a regular free demo account, why are you paying somebody? As if that's going to change the magic of what happens with your trading. Because you haven't changed you yet. I'd much rather see you take a trade where you made 10 pips or 15 pips per trade and got nervous and closed it out. At least you're constantly marching up the field towards the goal. It's okay, as long as you're going this direction. But if you're constantly going this direction, you start well, one big trade, and then boom, the rest of them are going back here. Okay, that's problematic, family. And you want one big trade, now you're going to, I'm going to go get a prop firm challenge. For what? It was 1 or 2 trades. You're not consistent, which is what they're looking for. You are not consistent yet. And that money that you gave to that prop firm, you could have put food on the table, shoes on your kids' feet, treated your spouse to a special meal or something. You could have did a whole lot more. You could have paid a credit card bill down or something. Your urge to be financially free is putting you financially in the hole. Oh God, I'm getting on something. Man, and this is truth. Your quest to be financially free is putting you in a financial hole. Not because your desire to be financially free is a problem, but the way you're going about it is destroying you and your family. And it's done more harm than good. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I learned a long time ago, I can get into a trade and I can set my stop loss and take profit for 60, 70 pips. But if at any given time that thing started looking a little shady or funny, guess what? I'm going to take whatever it got and I'm going to keep it moving and I'll live to trade another day. 5 yards, 3 yards, 10 yards. Guess what? Patrick Mahomes at the, with I think 40 seconds left, 40 seconds. All San Francisco had to do was hang on tight with their defense for 40 more seconds. And with 40 more seconds left, he threw a touchdown pass that I don't think even went 10 yards, or maybe it was only 10 yards, and he won the Super Bowl with a short yardage pass. He won. So for me, I take that same philosophy. Some trades, yes, I'm always expecting 20, 30, 40, 50 pips out of my trades. But if you start acting shady, I'm going to take that 10 or 20 up off of you, partner. Cough that money up, bro. Cough them tips up, bro. Rack them up. I'll take it. And I'll just go into another trade with the money you gave me. And I don't care whether it's 10, 20 pips, 15 pips. I don't care. Pips or pips, because at the end of the day, it all adds up to my goal of reaching the touchdown over here, which is I'm trying to end the week profitable. So cough that bread up, Fred. Cough, give me the bread, Fred. Give me the bread, Fred. Do you see the difference between you and another person who's trading? They're not worried about, well, see, this trade didn't go 40 pips. Okay, and if it's stalling out or acting funny, why are you hanging on to it? Well, it didn't hit my take profit. I don't give a rat's behind about a take profit. If it hits the take profit, that's very beautiful. But if it don't, and it start acting shady, man, please, I'm out, bro. I'm gone. Give me what you got, and we'll keep it moving, player. And I'll live to trade another day. 5 pips here, 10 pips here, 20 pip trade, 30 pips here. At the end of the day, long as you heading up this field. Now, you will hit some trades where nothing you do is going to make a difference because you will lose a trade. So just imagine you did a 5-yarder and a 10-yard. Now, okay, you did a 5-yarder and a 15, so you're on the 20. You did another trade for 30 pips. Cool. You at the midpoint. Good, 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 good. You take another trade, but guess what? It blew up because of news events, and now you're back at the 30-yard line. That is called a losing trade. Here's the question, though. Oh, this is so good. Lord have mercy, this is good. Are you still up 30 pips for the week? Yes or no? Come on, talk to me now. This is people want to talk about trading psychology. I'm giving it to you raw and uncut. You pissed that you lost 20 pips on that trade. I get it. But overall, are you still back here, or at least you out still on the field and you're still up by something? Yeah, you got sacked on the play. That's exactly right. You got sacked on the play, quarterback. So you got bumped back by 15, 20 yards. Now you're back on the 30-yard line. You upset, but isn't being on the 30-yard line better than being back at zero? Thank you, Rudy. Said you're up by something is good. See, y'all see the difference? You see the difference? You see the difference? So let's just say let's make it worse. Let's make it worse. Let's make it worse. It's Friday. Okay. You done bust your butt and it's Friday and you only on the 30-yard line. You're disappointed. I get it because you still wanted to go the other 70 yards during the week, but it could have been just a raggedy week. Like yesterday was a raggedy day, and we're going to go to the charts momentarily so you guys can see this. But problem is that it was a raggedy week or big news events or something happened. You can't control the market, but at least you end the week with 30. You wanted the whole 100, but you end the week with 30. Well, isn't 30 something better than what you've been doing? Where you've been going the whole week and you still end up right here where you started with nothing? Type of yes or no. 30 is better than nothing. Be grateful to God that you made 30. Because at first you were working week after week after week and you was always giving the money to the broker. Now at least you got 30 something out of the broker. That's an accomplishment. Do you see how your philosophy is off? So if you don't make the whole 100, you feel like a failure. But to a poor man who just made 30 pips, it's a good week. Not a good day, it's a good week. And what you do is you go back, look at my review videos on Saturday and say, well, or do your own and say, what could I have done better? So that next week when I'm on the field, at least I'm starting on the field at the 30-yard line. I ain't got to start back here no more. I'm still on the 30-yard line because I'm playing with the house's money. I ain't got to keep putting money into my broker account because I'm playing with the house money on the 30-yard line from last week. It's still their money I'm playing with. For the first time, I ain't got to be the one refilling my account. I bet you, man, if this is making sense to you. So even if you got to go slow and you hit 30 yards every week, at least you're playing with the house's money and not yours. Ain't that a big difference between you putting in money into your broker account every week? But you keep starting back here because of your philosophy? Interesting. And as long as you inching forward, all of a sudden, guess what? It's going to be that one trade that comes along. And that's going to be the one where you at the 40-yard line, and all of a sudden, that thing will be the one. And it will shoot out and give you the 60 pips and ta-da! Because you were doing the right thing all week long with patience. You waited, taking a little chunks here, the little chunks there, and then you had that one where the wide receiver went down the field, and that was the one that got you, that one play, one, and you got your 100. Can it happen in the same week? Yes, that'd be nice. What if it have to happen in 2 weeks? Okay, that's nice. What if it was 3? So what? At least you got down the field. Do you know this is the philosophy that your prop firms are looking for? This is why I'm teaching this to you as well. Not only for you to understand how to change your thinking, but also for you to understand what your prop firms are looking for. By the way, interesting fact about prop firms, and then we'll go to the charts. Interesting fact about prop firms. Prop firms, when they see a person who's traded and have passed a challenge with 1 or 2 trades, they already know that person is going to be free money. So while you're celebrating the fact that you passed the challenge, the prop firm is excited because they know you're going to eventually blow that account up and you're going to start right back at 0. They already know it. They know you better than you know yourself. So when you are back here on the 30-yard line. You over leverage your account to get to the 100. Yay, that's the problem. You get that email, oh, you passed, congratulations. But the people who were behind there, they're like, oh, we got one. We got him. Oh, we got him. We got a good one. He's on the hook. Reel him in, Jesus. Reel him in, Jesus. Reel him in. We got a good one. Why? Because he got a taste of paddling the challenge, but he didn't do it the right way. So he gonna blow this account. He gonna blow the next phase 2. Or if you do one of them one phase challenges, even when you get the live account, guess what's gonna happen? Because you didn't do it the right way with consistency and patience. Oh, you're gonna blow that one, and then you're gonna think about it, you're gonna be pissed. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Tell the truth. What would that person do? Type, 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 type. Y'all know I'm telling the doggone truth up in here. The truth will set you free. There you go. Monica, you on fire. Yeah, y'all getting it. They're gonna buy another challenge and start all over from the phase 1, phase 2, go live, drop out, phase 1, phase 2, drop out, then go to a phase 1, go to a live account, blow it, and then drop out. Phase 1, drop out, blah, blah, blah. All these phases you're going through, you're paying. You're paying. You're not making anything, loved one. You're constantly taking money out of your check, and you're the one paying. And they love you because they know you're always trying to hit the 100-yard line to the touchdown with one pass, called over leveraging your account. You're trying to go too fast, and so they already know we got one. You're a cash cow to them. Interesting. Well, let's look at some charts. Actually, instead of me looking at charts, here's what I would prefer to do. I'm going to open it up for a question and answer. So when we are doing and just so you guys know, so how we trade, this is how we see it. We're not trying to hit to the 100-yard right off the top. If we get there, praise God. But if we don't, then okay, that's understandable. Not a problem. It'll happen. We just got to go bite by bite, piece by piece. And as long as we keep our winners big and our losing numbers small, we're going to be all right. Are we going to have a 100% win rate? No, we're not. We're going to lose some trades along the way, just like every other man, or woman. But the point is, as long as we keep our winners bigger than our losers, we're fine. Even if the winners are small and you have one big loss, if you have 100 winners, even that will consume up your average loss for full price loss. It'll still balance it out, plus keep you profitable. Because that's another question that comes up. Well, what if you lost a trade for 50 pips, but you only have made 20 pips on one trade? Yeah, but look at the volume of winning trades. So it more than covers any losing trade that we have along the way. And so should be the same philosophy for you. Keep your winners high and your losers small, and you'll still be profitable at the end of the week. So one last thing, and then I'll take some hands because I want to hear from you guys. All right, let's go back to this so you guys understand that. All right, let's look at this again. You did 5 yards, 15 yards, okay, which got you to the 20-yard line. You did 20 yards, threw a pass got to the 50, okay? Again, now each one of these trades, 5, 15, and 1 for 30. So let's say the 1 for 30, you lose the next trade for 30 yards. Aren't you still at the 20-yard line? Are you still profitable? Yes or no? Yes or no? Talk to me now, because this is another one. Well, what about if you lose a real full 50 pip trade? Okay, but if you win in 10 others, I would assume that's way more than enough to cover that one loss. So now, okay, you lost one trade, you're back at the 20, but the next trades were all 20 pips each. So now you're at the 40, you're at the 60, you're here. And so you're way up here. You had that one loss, but you're still up here. Why? You're still profitable because you trade cautiously and you still keep marching forward. Nobody can ever have a 100% win rate. Well, let me rephrase that. That's not the truth. Because freaking Dr. Elvis, that dude ain't lost a trade in I don't know how many months. And we were talking about this yesterday because he was sharing more about his perspectives on the market. We were talking yesterday, and just a fascinating thinking person, just fascinating. Don't even watch TV. He doesn't watch TV. But just a fascinating thinking person. And he hasn't lost trades in a couple of months, I believe. Yeah, he has not lost a trade in several months. Okay. But his idea how to go about it is completely different from anybody's. So you got to be comfortable with how he does his thing and keep your hands off. Because his philosophy, drawdown means nothing to him. So if you have an issue with drawdown, I'm sorry, you're just not ready to make money with him. But he has not lost a trade. And I think he told me yesterday on his personal accounts, he hasn't lost a trade, and I think in 5 months, he said, because of how his style of trading. Very unique. But drawdown means nothing. Okay. See, different ideas. But going back to this one, and then let's go to hands. The point is, yes, you will lose a trade here or there because news events happen, things happen. So nothing you can do about that. It's not your fault. Nothing, it's part of this game. That's why you have to be very careful with how much you put on every trade. You cannot afford to over leverage at any time, because that will be the one trade that goes the wrong way. And now you're in trouble, not because of losing a certain number of pips. And I'm glad this is coming up. It is not the number of pips you should be concerned about. It was the number of percentage of your account you put on it, because you were doing very well risk managing all the way up. But then you felt cocky. Oh God, thank you for letting me put the, whew, thank you. All right, watch this. Here's where the problem came in. Hear me good, and then we'll take hands, promise. Oh, this is so good. This is good. This is gonna be real good. This is gonna be real good. You want to know what the average problem with the retailer is? Oh, this is cool. I wish I was in my own class when I was years ago. Where was I when I needed help? Lord have mercy, this is going to be good. All right, you started back here with nothing. You came out the gate into the game cautiously. And so you took 10 pips here. You took 5 pips here. Another 10 pips. Now you're on the 20-yard line. Okay. Then you hit a nice one that took you from the 20-yard line to the 50. Another 30-yard pipper. Now, here is the problem. Oh, this is good. What is the problem then? You're doing good. So how did you end up back here? Because all these little small wins that you were stacking up, being very cautious, being very methodical, sticking to your rules, when you got to the half mark, you saw the goal and you got greedy. So you put, instead of 2-3% risk on that trade, like you've been doing, slowly growing the account. Oh my goodness. The retail trader's ultimate enemy, slowly growing the account. I can't grow account slowly, Uncle P. I started with $100. I won 3 trades, but I'm only seeing $15 profit. That ain't enough to do. Well, type of amen in that box if you know I'm stepping on some toes. I ain't say your toes, but I said some toes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Tight, 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 tight. Oh, I told you this is gonna be good. This is good. This is so good. Oh, this is so good. This is some good teaching. This is good. This is good. This is good stuff. I had no idea we were going to talk about this part of it, but oh, see, I ain't no preacher man, and never want to really be. I don't want to do that, because people put you in a situation where, oh, you can't make no mistakes. And, oh, I'm just a regular man who just love God, and God loves me. I'm going to screw up. I'm going to make mistakes. But I do love when I can hear him tell me things, because he cares about his people. And sometimes he just need an available vessel to use your voice. And I really believe some of you guys, you needed to hear this, because this is one of your major problems that you've always struggled with. And so you're kicking yourself in the pants and being very disappointed with yourself because of this situation. Let me explain it again, and then we'll go to hands. You started the week off cautiously, following your rules. And so that's what got you to the 5-yard line. You weren't happy, but you was content. Okay, I got 5 yards. Next one was 15 yards. Now you're on the 20-yard line. So you're okay. You're feeling much better. You're saying, okay, I'm feeling good. It's going to be a good week. That's what you tell yourself. It's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week. Thank you, Jesus. It's going to be a good week. You rub your hands together and you get excited. It's going to be a good week, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now you got another trade that takes you from the 20. And now, because that one, see, notice how you start off slow. The first one was 5 yards, small. Next one was 15 yards. You're growing. The next one was 30 yards. Now you're feeling cocky and confident. Why? The first trade was very small. The second one was medium. The third one was growing big. So now you at the half mark and you can eye the goal much better. So what happens? Instead of you sticking to the steps that got you to the 50, you changed up. Not the market, you did. Oh, this is so good. This is good stuff. You changed. Your urge to succeed quickly kicked in, and your greed took over, and you violated rules because you're like, oh, this is just smooth sailing, this is easy, and you broke the rules. And it's like the market knew you broke a rule, and so you over leveraged. Instead of using 2-3%, 4%, you decided, oh, I'm gonna go hard in the paint. I done made all this money, I'm using the house money, I'm gonna use 25-30% of the account. And that was the trade that lost, and it pushed you all the way back to the 5-yard line. And now you're starting over, and now you're pissed and crying. Oh, this is so good. Come on, I see one person who confessing up. I ain't gonna say the name, but I know this person ain't the only one. Type 200 if you know I'm stepping on your toes. Come on, type, 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 type. I know this ain't the only. Come on about that. Come on. What they say, come out the closet. It's the time you can come out that closet. Peep around the corner and tell the truth and shame the devil. That's the truth. Peep around that corner and tell the truth. You got too cocky. And that trade, that one trade that you over leveraged on or double down on, that was the one. And not only, watch this, and this is what makes it worse. Not only do you over leverage, but if it starts going the wrong way, you're so sure of yourself, you double down on it. And that's what puts you back at the starting line where you have to put your own money back into the broker's account to start trading next week because you lost everything and you're crying and pissed. Oh, your father loves you. Because see, what happens is with Forex traders, everything we do is done in secret. Nobody knows what we're doing unless you're part of a trading community or, you know, a group of traders where y'all philosophize together and y'all talk about it together. But that's very rare. Other than that, every trader is it's just you and that computer. So whatever happens with you and that computer, not even your family knows what's going on. So you come out pretending like you're happy, but you're really depressed and frustrated. And part of that is because of you. You keep blowing accounts, not because of a losing trade, but because of over leveraging, getting too greedy, too excited, trying to pass the prop firm too fast, trying to quit your job too fast. And the very thing that got you here, you gave it all back. And now next week, you have to go take some money out of your savings account or your checking account, put it into your broker account and start the process all over again. Or you're going and repaying for another challenge, and that money is coming out of your pockets versus money going in your pocket. Type of 12 if you know I'm telling the truth. Maybe not for you, but a whole lot of traders out here. Type, 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 type. Sometimes it's better to talk about what's going on in your head than to always run into the charts looking for the next strategy. Because until you fix this, no strategy on earth, no trading system on earth is going to make you profitable. And so for you to get upset over a trading system or over a trading strategy that you saw on YouTube and this person don't know what they know, the truth is sometimes it's just you. But because it's just you and that computer, you can blame anybody you want without taking responsibility. By the way, the word responsibility gives you, if you reverse it, it says your ability to respond. How are you responding to this? Are you a person who likes to blame others? Or are you a person who takes the ability to respond and take responsibility for your own actions? And some of this demise is of your own doing. You're not getting ahead because of the way you think. And you love blaming others, but the truth is it's your thinking that's holding you back. And that's just not in Forex. It could be in many areas of your life. You and your thinking process. Told you I love class. I have several important things coming up, but I scheduled them around class so that I won't miss class. I love teaching class. And one of the reasons I enjoy teaching these classes is because I'm not talking to you only. I'm talking to some parts of me that still exist, and I'm talking to some parts of me that went through it and still remember the scar tissue and the pain. This is why most Forex people you see on YouTube cannot teach this, because they don't want to talk about the scar tissue and the pain. They know it exists. They went through it too, but they just don't share it. I don't mind. Somebody got to tell the truth so that you don't think that it only happens to you. Because I told you the problem is when you're trading in these markets, there is no one in the room with you. Chances are you in a household where they don't have a clue what you're doing. You're trying to explain it to them, but they still don't know. So it's just you and that computer, and you're frustrated, and you're isolated and alone. And it hurts. It just feels like nobody understands what I'm going through. Been there. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. All right. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go to the charts, and I am going to allow you guys to go ahead and ask me questions instead. So if you have a question, please go ahead and raise your hand. I'll be more than happy to start taking questions. All right, I see some. Let's go with Ruta. Let me turn this back on first.
Power on.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and unmute.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I have a question about reversals. So it's midweek reversal, but obviously we had that big news. I'm particularly talking about GBP USD. So it's not really showing signs of reversals. Can you please explain how the news affect that? So obviously it's outside of a usual circumstance.
Yeah. So number one, the GBP is, did they come out already? I think they came out with their inflation numbers or something like that.
Worse than expected.
Yeah.
So
There you go. That would explain why it went down further. But keep in mind, when we talk about midweek reversals, it doesn't mean every pair is going to reverse. Okay. It doesn't mean that, because some pairs may be in trouble, like the Great British Pound or one of the others that's actually having an overall problem with their currency in their country. If that is the case, they're not going to reverse. They're going to continue, either going up or going down based on news in that country. But overall, we start looking for reverse opportunities, which are more available in the middle of the week than they are at the beginning of the week. But again, it doesn't mean that every pair is going to reverse. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, sure. That was a great question. Love it. Thanks for coming back too. Thank you. All right, let's go to William. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. I'm glad to have you. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who comes to class consistently every week. And I know we get several hundreds of people who watch my YouTube training later on, and people who watch this in the Telegram group. So thank every single one of you guys who come and attend. It actually motivates me, because I actually prefer teaching than I do trading itself. I actually love teaching. Okay. Love it. Thank you. William, go ahead.
Good morning, Uncle P. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you, William.
I had a quick question in regards to the copycat.
Sure.
Yep. I was told that in the past, to get VPS
Mhm.
before starting the account,
Mm,
it was easier than adding the VPS to an existing account in EA?
mhm.
Or does it not matter with the order?
No, it doesn't. Let me explain that. Good, great question. I've seen that one floating around, and I'm glad you asked that question. All right, so here's the deal. The reason why I, which I have a VPS, one is a VPS, yeah, the VPS, okay, and one is a VPN, which is virtual private network and mask where you are and all that kind of stuff. Supposedly, until you deal with people like my friend at the feds, you can mask your location all you want, they'll still find you. But anyway. The other one is a virtual, it's no more different. It's exactly the same thing as this computer here, except for I'm going to log into one that is virtual, but it's going to function, act, and do the same thing. Well, why do people do that? Okay. The only reason why is people like me who stay in areas where there's sometimes blackouts or weather related blackouts and stuff like that. You don't want your computer to go and lose power and you're in the middle of trying to receive trades. So what they'll do is they'll rent a virtual computer where it's not at your place, it's somewhere else in a secure place. And therefore, even if it's a power outage in your area, it will not affect your trading platform, which is put up on the cloud. That's basically what it is.
Because I've heard in the past from different people that you want to have the server first before adding your account on, as opposed to the other way.
I would say it like this. Do you deal with a lot of power outages or stuff like that?
No.
Okay, if you have, just say I'm telling you from my perspective, do what you want. But from my perspective, if you have the challenge of facing, uh, you got a slow computer and it's just not functional. That's one thing. Or number two, you are dealing with power outages where it's inconsistent, especially because tornado seasons and all these things are coming up during summer and all those kind of things. If you have any challenge with that, then yes, I would go get one of those first, then put your platform on there to ensure that it will be running 24/7 seamlessly. But if you're not dealing with any of that and you can dedicate one computer to run 24/7 without any issues, then I would say just save the money. You wouldn't really need it, in my opinion.
Okay, they plan on moving to an area where you have the hurricanes and everything in the future.
Then okay, then sir, that's a different story. Get that VPS or yeah, get that first, and then put it on there, and then let it run. And yeah, do that if you're going to move to terrible areas, terrible weather areas, snowstorms on the East Coast, this and that. Yeah, anytime you are having any any challenge where there's a possibility of blackouts or whatever, then yes, absolutely, you want to put it on the cloud so that no matter what happens, it will not affect your trading, then the money will keep flowing. Okay.
Okay, but like I have AAFX, a couple accounts.
Hmm.
And so when I go do the copy, if I got the VPS,
Hmm.
I would put the new account for the copycat on that. What about the other accounts? Can I migrate them over or just leave them as is?
Totally up to you. Like I said, to be honest with you, those things ain't nothing more than instead of you clicking and logging in on your physical computer, you just get an IP address like your own personal website. And when you click on there and put your password in, it's going to take you to your own virtual computer. It's still a regular computer at somebody's warehouse, but it's just not in your house. That's all it really is, basically. And then from there, you can actually have them on both. You can have one in the cloud and one here. Same thing. Which I do, which I do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you very much.
Did that help?
Yes.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Let me be honest. So let's say, for an example, if I took a trade on GBP USD right here on this one, but I also have this same account on my cloud computer. The moment I take a trade on this right here, it's because of the broker account, it's still going to be taken on that cloud one. Same thing. Now, let's just say, for an example, I'm on vacation. Here's another good reason. Just so you know, because I like the vacation. Let's just say you're on vacation, right? And you're not in front of your physical computer. Well, that no longer stops you, because guess what? You can log into your virtual computer anywhere around the world from that IP address, and you can look at it and trade it because it's exactly the same thing. So you're never away from your trading platform at any given time, no matter where you are in the world. That's the benefits of it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Cool. Good stuff. Great question. Great question. And that comes up a lot. So thank you for asking that question. All right. Let's get to Robert. Robert, go ahead and unmute.
What up? What up?
What up with you, Robert?
Hey, not a question, but a few observations. And I actually just added a note on the power thing. Monday night at 10:30, there's this big windstorm that came up out of nowhere. And my power went out at 10:30 Monday night until Tuesday afternoon at 3. My uninterruptible power supply only lasts 45 minutes. So, but I definitely use virtual servers for that very reason.
Yep.
As far as pips, I used to pay attention to total pips, but after I learned that each pair has a different value as compared to pips, and even brokers have different values to the same ones. And I just pay attention to the bottom line. If my bottom line is going up, that's what I look for.
Yeah, I'm glad you shared that. Think about it like this, Robert. Again, I'm really trying to help us as a retail family, because we're the ones who's going to be, if the crap hits the fan, the retail family is going to be the ones destroyed badly. So if we don't fix the way we think, we're going to be in trouble. So think of it like this, Robert. If you and I were bankers, or we were trading on Wall Street, how much conversation would we really be having about pips? Or would we be talking profits?
We'll be talking maybe percentages. It's more bigger picture stuff.
You get it. This is why I'm trying to get us away from this false teaching that was given to us to keep us failing. This was all this stuff we're talking about. It doesn't even exist on the big playing field with the other big players. They don't talk like this at all. So why do we make it a dominant thing over here and think we're going to succeed on the big playing field? We're not. Until we change the way we're thinking, we're going to constantly fail, Rob. This is what I'm concerned about. But anyway, go ahead. Do you have a question for me?
No, there's a couple other things. I also noticed in chat sometimes after people are funded, they change their tactics. And in my opinion, I wouldn't do that. Just stick with what works, leave it alone, and use the same thing you did to get funded.
So let me ask you this, Robert. So it ain't just me who's seeing this. You seeing the same thing too?
What's that?
People changing up and doing stuff they ain't got no business.
Oh yeah. I just used my 100K challenge on Blue Guardian as an example. And the rest of them are the same. I just use 0.5% of my equity, and I just leave it there. I'm nowhere near my daily drawdown limit. I'm nowhere near the total loss limit. It's not even close. It's in positive all the time. So it's just less worry, and it's still making money. I went to it yesterday. I was up $1,800 in like a week or something. It's just a matter of waiting it out.
And you're in the copycat?
Yeah, I'm using Copycat on a AFX 100K demo account, and it's also in my social trader tools, and I have it forward and everything to the others.
So Rob, I ain't making it up when I be saying some of this stuff, am I?
No, I've seen it. I still see it, and that's how I learned from it, was from you and observation.
And
And my margin percentage stays around 1,800, so why mess with it?
And Rob, here's my problem, because people wonder why am I having, why do I get upset about, chat room conversations and this and that? Because the people who don't stick to rules dominate the conversations.
Yeah.
So who are succeeding don't get to speak, because the person who's actually not following directions or flipping up or doing their own thing, then when it don't work out, they want to take over the whole conversation, and the whole thing is all about what you screwed up on versus leave things alone.
I actually saw one yesterday about the signal. Somebody said they didn't like the way the risk reward looked. I'm like, don't pay attention to that. Just do it. Just let it go.
Man, let me tell you something. Y'all, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pause my screen share.
I got one last thing before we go.
While you're doing that, go ahead.
I was watching the news. I sent you this in chat. I was watching the news this morning, and they said the Dow lost almost half of what it made during the past 11 months, which is huge. That's probably part of what happened yesterday.
That's
But
exactly.
from my perspective, I only lost $232 on a 100K challenge because I had one 600 plus loss. That was the news one. And I had 2 or 3 other wins that made it all back almost minus 232. And sometime today I'll be back over where I was before it happened. So
Watch this.
not a bad place to be.
No, and again, congrats, my brother. Thank you very much for sharing. Here's the deal. I want to share this concept with you guys in the signals group. Okay, in the signals group. Currently for the year, and just remember, this is not the copycat. This is if you're in the signals group. Okay, and this doesn't even include Miss Jenny's pips that she earns in the live sessions, but this is just the signals. Do you know, as it stands right now, including what I just looked at, what he done today, because he's up 7-0 for the signals group, no losses. But for the month, in 6 weeks time, from January 1st until now, which is about 6 weeks into the new year, within 6 weeks, 52 winning trades. And people have, oh, I don't like your risk to reward ratio. I don't like your, okay, then you should not be here. Go back to what kept you broke. Go back to what kept you broke. Because again, if that is your philosophy, then guess what? Do you. Everybody understand what I'm saying? This that mindset. Type of 40 if y'all understand what I'm saying. The mindset. You're not even worried about making money. It's the mindset. Do you know one person sent an email getting upset? I had told this person, I said to everybody, go through the tutorials, and I said, here's my recommended settings with the copying. This person wanted to debate. Well, I want to use this one. I said, I told you, don't use that one. Use this one. I want to use this, and I feel it. I said, well, listen here. Look at here. Look at here. Look at y'all. See, Jesus held my throat. Y'all know what the? Are you out your insane mind? Are you here to make money? Are you here to? And you know my philosophy about stubborn people. I don't deal with stubborn people. I will cut you loose so fast. I don't deal with stubborn people because it's a distraction. If you want to be stubborn, that's fine. Go over there, have a good time, be distracted, go do you. But don't come over here with the foolishness. We're here to make money. And so we got 100 winning trades, 11 losses for the year. Huh? And you want to debate with me over a setting that I told you not to use. You got these other choices that I said use. You're going to pick the one I told you not to on the settings and want to blow me up. And we good. We good, partner. Peace and hair grease. Peace and hair grease. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. It's a distraction. We're trying to get people successful. We're trying to help them see something that they were never able to see on their own, which is being able to do withdrawals, being able to pass prop firm challenges. And we're accomplishing that. And I cannot stop for all these little petty things. I will not stop. I will not. I have to stay focused. Focused. Type of 150 in the box if y'all hear what I'm saying. You cannot slow down in your progress for every little petty thing that's coming up. You got to stay focused. Some of you guys, you got goals in mind, but this is your problem. You're not focused because these distractors come along and they try to distract you over some of the stupidest. I ain't cuss, but it's on the tip of my lips. Thank you, Jesus. That's why I said I can't be no preacher, man. I've been to say something, y'all throw me all across the news like people doing Joel Osteen and TD Jakes and the rest. Oh, he said a cuss word. You might hear me say a few of them when I get upset. Lord, forgive me. Thank you, Jesus. He held my tongue. He holds my tongue quite often because some of the foolishness that come through is ridiculous. And you're a distraction to the others who we're trying to help. So I just got to move on peacefully. I still love you, but I just got to move on peacefully. I can't hang around that foolishness. I got somewhere to go, and I got a group of people behind me, and I got to take us into the quote unquote, Lord forgive me, I ain't trying to be like Moses, but it feels that way to me sometimes. I'm trying to take a group of people into the financial promised land. And I can't slow down for all these little foolish things that's going on. I can't afford it. Because it ain't just about me. I got all these people. I have a responsibility. I didn't expect it. I didn't ask for it, but it is here. And I have to honor that responsibility. Cyber stalkers and everything that comes along with it, I still have to keep on going because I have a group of people who says I need the help and I have to carry them. It's a heavy burden to wake up to. That's why I don't sleep a lot. I barely sleep. It's a heavy burden. It was the good old days when you could just trade for yourself, win or lose. You ain't got nobody to answer to, no this, no that, no, you just enjoy, do your thing. The moment you come out and you want responsibility, that's fine. Y'all better stop praying for God. I want to take me to the next level. Tell everybody talking about taking to the next level. That next level comes with responsibilities and weights. And if you can't handle it, stop asking for it. But if you do get it, streamline your thinking process and don't let foolishness come into your world because you can't afford it. It just drags you down and slow you up. Type of amen if y'all hear what I'm saying. This is real talk here. And let's get to the next hand. Stay focused. Jay, what's up?
Hey, good morning. Happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Question. Yes, sir. I have the copycat and it's running amazing. I'm loving what you guys are doing with that. My question is, I know you said that you had one loss and I had two. So my question is there something I'm doing wrong on my end? Because I have two different brokers running and I have one on the VPS and one that's not on the VPS, but they both had the same result.
No,
so,
I could be the one wrong because see, you got to remember it's three of us who trade. So they may have not updated the sheet where I can see it. So you could be right. It may be that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page, but it's an amazing what you guys are doing.
No, you could possibly be right. Like I said, since back when, if you for those who've been around for it for a long time, I always taught in here and showed trades and did this and this. And then, we had the signals group, which primarily, I used to trade with, all the time, but Dr. Elvis was sending out enough trades. So I kind of faded out so I can focus on the next thing, which just gave me time to develop the copycat service, which is why I dropped out. People was wondering why Uncle P ain't sending so many signals. Well, guess what? He was sending out more than enough, and his winning percentage is great enough to where it could free me up to go ahead. And we talked about, he said, Uncle P, you can't not do everything, man. Go ahead and go work on the next thing. And I got this. So that's why I stopped sending out signals in the signal service. And so I went to working on these next projects, which I have more projects I'm working on that may come out later on in the future. So what happens is that was Jenny had hers, Elvis had his, and I'm working on projects and teaching the class. This is the first time that all three of us have to work together on one project at the same time. So I did create a spreadsheet, and sometimes they're busy with their day, and then later on they'll update it. So it could be that I just didn't see that update yet. So yeah, you're probably right.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's get to the next hand. Reggie, go ahead, unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm a little under the weather. Yeah. Well, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. I have a little laryngitis here, but I still wanted to come to class.
Hold on, I'm gonna put a mask over my mic. I'll just play.
Oh God. Oh my God. Okay. Might we can we take a look at AUD JPY, please, sir?
AJ, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, and I'm just everything lines up, and I'm just thinking about go ahead and maybe probably limping in for a sell trade.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm looking at it. You can see why it went up from here. You can see that. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I would. Here's the deal. Which, by the way, for those who were in the copycat, this is the CAD JPY that I was looking at earlier in the beginning of the week, and it just stalled out and went sideways and still haven't budged, which is why I just took what we could and got out. As you can see, days later, it still hasn't moved much, and that concerns me. Okay, that concerns me. This one I did take, and I'm just showing you all of these. This one I did take to the upside. Okay. And it did give us a few pips, but as you can see, it just simply went sideways, sideways, sideways. So this is the one where I took the 5 pips from CAD JPY and the 15 pips from USD JPY, and that combined us for 20 pips. And I closed it out because I said, okay, there's a news event coming up, which actually did come up. Why am I sharing this with you? All of these are doing the same thing. They're all heading in what direction? Up. You got it. Why? There is a concern. Why I agree with you. You don't want to go full force on this trade. What do you think my concern is?
Maybe
Actually, you can't talk. Let me share it. The JPY is weak. And that means there's something going on in the JPY arena over there in that country where their currency is not that strong. So therefore this, and I don't like taking reversal trades this late in the day, because once London is done, it tends to go right back into the trend, which I've been teaching guys for the longest. So if anything, I'll keep an eye on it and, limp in, like you say, look for an opportunity to just, scale into the trade. But I would definitely not go full force on this one. Not saying it can't turn around. It can reverse at any time. Even later on during the Asian session, it could reverse, and hopefully it will for you. But I'm just simply saying, because of the JPY's weakness, be very careful trading it right now. Okay.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, cool. All right, let me go ahead and take the next hand. Rico.
Good morning, Uncle P. How you living?
Good. How are you?
Oh, if I was doing any better, I'd probably have a twin. First, I do want to tell you, I do appreciate the copycat service myself. I think I joined a little bit late. I joined January 17th. I just did $1,000 count. You know what I mean? I wanted to check it out first before I just put some real cash towards it. And I'm already up $900 with it. So with this prop firm account, and I just leave it. You know what I mean? I don't mess with it. There's a couple of trades I'll close out early, but yeah, I just kind of let it go. I was doing kind of what you said earlier, just kind of moving it close to that 100 yards. So that's been working out great for me. So I appreciate that. My question was more of a technical question. I don't know if it's my MT4. I mean, I've been trading for several years, and I just can't figure it out. But I have a Sexy Analyst. Love using that. Love that it marks my charts up for me and whatnot. But when I'm putting markups on the chart, like they won't stay on my chart when I switch time frames. Is that because of the Sexy Analyst software?
Yeah, I don't know. I have that same problem. I never was able to figure it out.
Oh,
but
okay.
When I do markups, the one that does stay, I just use the horizontal line. So let me tell you what I mean. I don't know what it is. We couldn't figure it out, and it was too late to try to go back and redraft the whole thing and look for that one little situation. So let me change this color. So you see this white line here?
Right.
Okay. So watch this. I notice that doesn't interfere. See, the white line is still there, no matter what time frame I go to. So that's what I started using, because I don't understand what is the blockage between the communication of the MT4 and the Sexy Analyst when we're trying to physically mark up some charts on top of the Sexy. So I don't know what that is. So I would just use the horizontal lines or the verticals, and you'll see the lines stay in place. There they are. So that's
okay, perfect. Super simple. I appreciate it, brother.
Yep. All right. Going to Andre. Next question. Yeah, even when he saved the templates, I have that same problem. So I know it's not just him. And we weren't able to figure that out. And like I said, it just was taking. So that's how I mark up mines. If I want to add an additional line, I just use the horizontal line or the vertical, or any one of these lines. You can do either one of these and they will do just fine and they'll stay. All right. Andre, go ahead.
Uncle P, pleasure talking to you. My question is, I just would like to know if this cop trading entry signal that you're providing, they're exactly the same as the ones provided by the Ocean Wave and the Simplicity system?
No, we have so many different.
No.
No, here's the reason why. I have created so many trading systems that I never even released. Actually, to be honest with you, great question, by the way, Andre. I actually created more trading systems than I actually released on the market. I have a plethora of trading systems that I have never and probably will never put on the markets, but I have so many of them. But the problem is that the more you put out, the more confused people get. And so I didn't want to do that. So I use some of those other ones. Sometimes they will be from the Ocean Wave. Sometimes they will be from Simplicity, and sometimes they may be from other trading systems that I developed. So they may, and sometimes they will not be. It's just a mixture.
Thank you very so much. Pleasure talking to you. God bless you. Have a lovely week.
Thank you, sir. Great question. Great question. Yeah, that question comes up all the time. Can you guys now understand why we don't get into, well, what strategy? No, we're not. That's not what this service is about. We're just here to trade the way we normally would trade if we were by ourselves, good or bad, win or lose. This is what happens when we're trading on our accounts. You just happen to be able to look over the fence for the first time and say, what y'all got going on over here? Huh? That's what the copycat is. You just looking over our shoulder and being copied on everything we're doing. That's it. It's nothing more than that. But we don't, because it's too tough. It'll slow us down from creating profitable trades, trying to explain every little thing we're doing. Why are you using such a big stop loss? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Well, go back to what was working for you if it was working. Get what I'm saying? But if it wasn't working, then let us do what we've been doing. Because it's been working for us on our personal accounts. That's why we do it. Okay. Everybody with that? Type of 40 if you understand that. Yeah, we don't get into all that. It's too much. Remember what I said, some of you guys who want to be entrepreneurs, work for yourself and this and that, I pray that you don't hear just me talking about charts. I'm constantly sharing life lessons with you guys because some of you guys are aspiring to do XYZ and you are not ready for it because you think it's going to be one way, but when you start dealing with people, which is your client base, it's going to be totally different because now you got to deal with what they think. Okay, you thought one way, but when you're dealing with clients, you get a whole floodgate of all these different computer minds, because our minds are like computers and they're programmed to work all these different ways, and all of these are flooding in, and it can become a distraction. So you have to limit and cut it. Say, here's what my line is drawn, which is what we're doing, and I'm trying to protect my team from that. I don't want no noise. I've been rocking with them for several years. I know what they do. I know how they trade, and I don't want that being interfered with. And we got a lot of people demanding, well, show me this. Well, why are you doing this? Well, we're not explaining that. Not going to do it. We just going to trade the way we've been trading, and you get copied on it. And truth is, it's a vacation account for you. Treat it like a 401k or IRA. You have a 401k and IRA, and you don't contact them, Fidelity. Just imagine you contacted Fidelity every other week. Okay, what stocks you got my IRA in this week? Well, they'll drop you. They'll drop you. Most people who have a 401k or IRA have no idea what's going on with it, but they will wait 10 years before they check it, or 20 years at retirement and say, how much money do I have? Get what I'm saying? They never ask, how many stocks or bonds did you put mine? Can you send me a weekly report on this? Can you, how many pips did you make on this? Can you do this? And they never do that. They just expect it to grow. And they give a quarterly statement or annual statement, and everybody's happy. Treat this one the same way. Okay. It's the same thing. Let it grow. Just leave it alone. Let us do our work. Okay. All right. Let's see. Liz. And then Shine, you the last person. I got to get out of here.
Good morning, Uncle P.
What's happening with you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Good morning, Super Easy family. And I wanted to say a blessed anniversary to you and Aunt Nancy, and happy anniversary.
Yes. Amazing person.
Yes, yes. So now I wanted to ask you a question about the copycat trading system.
Sure.
Everything's working fine, but I noticed when I downloaded the new version, everything's fine. However, the little pop-up alert when the providers would enter a trade, I would hear bring on my computer, and that lets me know, go look at it and see which provider has entered into a trade. That pop-up box isn't popping up on my computer, but it's a new computer, and I was wondering if I can get some insights into what may I have not done to get that to happen.
We don't have it built in. We don't have it built in.
Oh,
Nope.
oh,
Here's-
okay.
watch this. This part of this, and you've been with me for a while. Thank you for
Yes.
I'm glad you asked it. And by the way, everybody stay around. I got something else to share with you guys after I talk to Shine. So don't go anywhere, okay? But let me share this. When we had that, guess what we got? Complaints.
Mhm.
Oh, my computer is ding, dinging.
Oh, I see.
Pop-ups, what's going on with these pop-ups? And it's dinging. So the new one don't have it. And guess what?
Mhm. That's what it is. Okay.
Here's the deal. Here's the good news. You still should get alerts on your mobile if you want those. So
Yes, yes.
and you can always check it there. So you'll see your mobile phone, your mobile MT4 will send you notifications of trades that are open and closed. So that's a way that you can do it. You can get it that way.
Okay, so I'll just check yes on that. I had turned that off to no, but I can put yes on there and do it that way.
That's correct. So yeah, there was complaints about that, and so this new version doesn't have it. So that's why. So thank you for asking.
Well, I liked it because if I'm in my office working and I hear the little computer start to do the little bell, and I just hurry up and go over and look at it, you know?
But you know, the
So,
other
but
here's another reason why. Remember what this copycat is meant for. It is meant to grow an account without you knowing it.
correct,
So,
right.
Dr. Elvis, he entered some trades, and I don't know. They're running. I don't know what they are.
Right, right. You're right, Uncle P.
Any in trades, I don't know what they are. In fact, what I find works best is if I don't look at the account. So going back to what the gentleman asked about the VPN, or VPN, I always get them back with VPN, VPS, whatever. My online computer, my virtual computer, it's good that it's on there, because unless I log into that online computer, I don't get to see what's happening. So
Okay.
beneficial for me not to have that particular account that's on this copy trader on my phone, or to have it on my regular desktop. So as long as it's out of my reach of instant access, it allows me to treat it like what it should be, which is a 401k and IRA account. And let me check it once a week, once a month. That's why it works better that way. It keeps you calm.
Okay, great. That answers that. I just got so used to the little computer singing over there, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's missing.
What is going on here?
It was so faithful, little faithful over there. Bling, somebody, now it's not there, but that makes sense now. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Uncle P.
Yeah, no worries. Ask me a question.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, Shine, let me take you, and then guys, stay right there. I got something to talk to you guys about, and then we'll be done. All right. Oh, Shine gone. Oh, Javier, let me go ahead and take you then. Oh, dang it. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Shine, come back in. Shine and Javier. You guys are the last two. Okay, Shine, there you go. Go ahead and unmute.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. P?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good myself. Thank you for asking. Now, first off, I do want to say thank you so much. It is an honor to be able to speak with you, and it is a pleasure to see the system that you guys are providing to the world. And I've been studying trade for about 4 years now, and I'm talking about it is a passion of mine. Like, you know how it is, like non-sleep, overload. And this week was the first week I could say I was able to place a trade. Like the reason I fell in love with Forex is because someone saw made me place a trade and go to sleep, and I woke up with money. Like, okay, I may know how to trade, but the goal is to be able to fall asleep and wake up with money in your account. And I love that process. I do have a question for you, but I just want to say that part. And yeah, another part for the copycat trading, because I didn't get into that yet. This is a question for a friend of mine. It's like, are you able to start with like, 200 or $250 and still have a good profit for the week to be able to live off of?
Yeah. Well, I don't know their living expense of whether they, to live off.
Um, I'm in DR, so things are a little cheaper to live good.
Well, like I said, here's what we don't do, and I'm very careful about this. Very, very careful about this. Never, because I don't know people personally, I don't know their personal financials, and even if I did, I just learned to stay in my lane and keep my mouth shut on that. I will say this: if they started with a $200 account and they use proper leverage, like a 0.2 lot size or something like that, yeah, they can always do very well. Yeah, just let it grow. But as to how fast it will grow and all these different things, I never state that because it depends on the market conditions. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for an example, let me give you an example. Have you ever went to a bougie restaurant and you sat down and they show you a menu and they have the basic, things that you can order, steak and potatoes and this and that. But when it comes to seafood, they say they don't have a price sometimes next to it. And they say it's due to whatever the market price is at the time of order. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay. They don't put the price on there because they have to look at what the market price for that particular seafood is on that day. Because 2 weeks ago, it could have been at this price, but because the cost to them has increased, then they have to look at the price today and say, okay, here's how much that plate will cost you to get this seafood dish. So that is the same thing. The market sometimes determines what the market in our industry, the market always determines what's going to happen. So therefore, I can't say, yeah, you're going to be able to emphatically always grow every week by 5% and this and that where you can live off of. That's the reason why we avoid that. All I know is I got a beast mode team, and give us our time and our space. Oh, we can help grow an account. How fast, how much per day or week? That's the only thing I can say.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure. Good question. All right, thank you. But nice talking with you, man.
You too, sir.
All right, I'll be back here next week if you have enough more questions. And that person's going to tell them to come. They ain't got about nothing. Just let them come.
I'll be here 24/7. I'm part of the team.
Yes, sir. All right, talk to you later.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, you guys. So let me share this with you guys, and then I'm out of here. I got a lot of things to do today. All right. Here we go. Okay. I keep telling you guys one of the biggest concerns that I have for people. Javier. Oh, hold on. Javier, did I get to you?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. You'll be the last.
Yes, sir. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. Good. Good.
Oh, great, great. Happy anniversary to you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I appreciate everything you've been doing for us. I'm so excited. I recently bought the Ocean Wave, as you can see here, and I've been practicing a lot and trying to master this thing. So I know it takes time, but I'm putting the work in. So my thing is, I'm trying to figure out like, I know you use the term like, is there any meat left on the bone? You use that term a lot. So my thing is like, I would see like, for instance, a trade here on the NZD JPY, and I know it's like midweek, so it's reversal time coming around. And so I'm not really trying to jump in the market as far as trends, but you see the arrows looking good, right? Right, the arrows looking good. So I'm trying to look on the time frame now to judge if there's any meat left on the bone for this one.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Everything looks perfect on this
right.
trade.
Yes,
Everything
sir.
looks good. Okay. Now, if you had the simplicity system, let's take a look at this one together. That's a great one. Okay. And this is what I was telling Reggie.
Yes, sir.
What I was telling you. All these JPYs are still looking like they have potential to go up. It doesn't mean they will, but they look like it from the ocean wave. See
Yes,
right
sir.
here. this is getting stopped out, is sitting right here. But
sir.
in my opinion, it has the possibility to break out from here and retest this high for another 30 pips at least, in my opinion, if it breaks through this level of resistance.
Yes, sir.
If it breaks through, then the next thing is for it to retest, which is showing possibilities from this time frame and this time frame. You know, because I love my SpongeBob, my SpongeBob flat. You see, when it flattens
Yes,
out,
sir.
then it ends to boom, which is
Yes.
why those who's in the copycat. Now you understand why Uncle P took the CAD JPY trade and why Uncle P took the USD JPY trade, which this one ended up being beast mode trade. But because I'm trading not just my personal account, but everybody is attached to mine, to one of my accounts, I couldn't hold it and say for certain that the news event that was coming out wasn't going to impact it and actually push us in a profit, which it would have. We would have hit our take profit and beyond on the USD JPY. So I'm looking at the same thing that you're looking at.
Yes, sir.
You with me? So
Yes,
you're
sir.
spotting something good. Problem is, yes, it is midweek and it
Right.
is stalling out. But if
Right.
it does break through, the next thing it will do, in my opinion, if it does break through this level, is to retest here. But what do I know you just came along, you said, but for all my old heads who've been in this group, when in doubt, stay out.
I know that. Oh, yes, sir. I've been watching classes for a few weeks now, so
When
that's
in
my
doubt.
first time actually asking a question. And I told myself I got to ask a question this week.
Yeah,
So
but you're looking, here's the good news. I will tell you this though.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on spotting a quality trade. This is exactly what I saw. Problem
Yes,
is, this is why I shut down the CAD JPY. See, it was on the same thing, but it just sat there
Yes,
and
sir.
sat there and sat there. So I took my 5 pips, said thank you very much, and I got out of there because look, days later, it still haven't budged. So I don't know what the deal is on the JPY, whether JPY is going to be coming out with some news that all the other pairs are waiting on. So if you do take this trade, just like Reggie says, he call it limping in, meaning just take a small position, 2% risk, and whatever happens, who cares? You're still going to have 98% of your account left. It doesn't matter. It's just
Sounds
fun.
good.
Doesn't make sense?
Yes, sir. And I was actually in the let me tell you 1 second. I'm sorry if you don't mind. I actually profited in the man, it was I'm sorry. Things taking me so long to move up. I profited. Let me just scroll down. The last trade I took was I made $1.25. It was the AUDJPY. So it was running up, and I saw it this morning. Actually, I closed out. It was about I don't know, but it ran up some, and I was in this trade for about 2 days now, and I saw it, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if they still have any meat on the bones. I got in and I saw the profit this morning. I just took it, and as soon as I took the profit, it dropped. I was
See,
look at that.
Shot up.
Yes, sir.
Retested a level.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm saying. This one could possibly do the same thing where it drop down, stop.
Yes, sir.
But if it breaks through this level, then it could retest this level.
Okay.
Either way it goes, here's what I wanted to share with you, and we'll leave it at this. Okay, because I got to get out of here. And
Yes,
I got
sir.
to give you guys 4 points of information to help you guys with something else real quick before I go. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you're using an ocean wave, just look to only trade 3 days a week. Sunday,
Yes.
Monday, and Tuesday. And me personally, that's your work week. 3
Yes,
days.
sir.
Okay. If you are a reversal trader and you are using this system, you work the other second half. You have first shift and second shift. Always remember that. First shift and second shift. First
Yes,
shift means to people who trade at the beginning of the week, you should be basically looking for trend trades, which is
Trend
what
trade.
it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Shift team B or second shift, you're the one who now is looking for reversal trades because the market push, and now looking to take a breather. And that's where the reversals, the higher the days, lower the days, higher the week, lower the week, all that stuff you've been taught.
Yes,
You were taught okay, but it was never told to you what day. And I'll repeat that. You were taught okay, but you were never told what day. Okay.
Yes,
Days of the week makes a big difference on what style of trading you should be using. So team 1, okay, or first shift or trend traders, Sunday, Monday, and primarily Tuesday. Then Second shift are the ones who come in and start cleaning up the push and then take the reverse. And that's starting primarily on Wednesday, Thursdays, and some Fridays. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So with the
Understood.
open wave, I will just tell you, you only have to work 3 days a week. Okay.
Understood.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good questions. Good questions. All right, you guys, let me share this information with you so that you guys can succeed in every area of your life. The Bible says in one verse, I think it was Paul, he said, I wish above all that you will prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. The word soul actually means your mind, your will, and your emotions. Don't leave, because you're going to get some good information here. I wish above all that you would prosper, even as your soul prospers. Okay. Here's the problem. Some of you guys, you're striving to make this money, but I'm telling you, I had plenty of money. I started off on welfare. I hit multimillionaire status, lost everything, rebuilt myself twice so far, if not 3 times. I had to rebuild myself. Okay. And I will tell you this, even if you had a lot of money, if you have turbulence going on in your life, the money will mean nothing. The only thing that's going to do, it will allow you to spend money on your proclivities to help you deal with the pain that's going on in your life. Don't leave. Don't leave. Because this may be the thing you needed to hear. A lot of people they cut out, but this is the thing you may need to hear. I know we're chasing the bag trying to get this money, but it will mean absolutely nothing if you have other turbulence in your life, especially a terrible relationship. I'm telling you, money will not fix that. In fact, the person you're having problems with will just go after your money. And you worked hard for everything you got. And then when you get there, somebody's going to take it away because there was other areas of your life that nobody ever talks about that needed tuning up. So if you're ever going to be in a relationship, or if you're currently in a relationship dealing with somebody, whatever the situation, I'm going to give you the 4 things that me and my wife have done to turn our relationship around, because in our first couple of years, we were not on the same page and we were talking divorce all the time. All the time. It was a regular conversation until God gave us a strategy. Okay. So here it is. And I'll go over this quickly and you guys are done. So again, here's my best friend, my wife. 10-year wedding anniversary today. I'm excited. She's actually in another room taking care of some things, okay, in her office. Here's the deal. What made it successful? Okay. What's making it work? All right. And I should have did a quick slideshow, but that's okay. Here we go. Number 1, and I have taught this in different events, and it's still relevant today. When people say, because people come to me for marriage counseling, relationship counseling all the time, okay? When they have troubles, they want to call Uncle P. The first question, write this down, right. I'm probably going to save somebody from divorce, okay? Or a breakup that was unnecessary because you weren't taught this. Just like you need a strategy on Forex, you actually need a strategy in the relationships. You're just not given one. So I'm gonna give it to you real quick on my 10-year anniversary. Here's my gift to you. Here it is. Number 1, I'm always asking them this first question. Right. Number 1, I see you guys are arguing like cats and dogs, and you expected me to be the referee with a striped shirt on. I ain't doing it. I said, my first question to you guys, if you had to rate your level of friendship, write this down. Number 1, friendship. I always ask the question, if you had to rate your level of friendship between 1 and 10, what would that number be? Do you know almost every couple, and I have helped people when I was in divorce recovery ministry years ago at this very large church, and I had to teach and help people and spoke on stage and this and that. Do you know almost without fail, when the relationship went downhill, so did the friendship. And with many people who have been struggling from day 1 with their relationship, the problem is they rush into a sexual relationship, but they never had a friendship. I was able to correlate between friendship number and relationship, and it was always the same thing. And I found that fascinating. I said, why isn't any other of these marital books and philosophers actually seeing this simple idea? And it was God-given. Every time I would deal with a couple who had a bad relationship, I would question them on their friendship, and it was almost without fail. They would say, well, we really didn't have a good friendship. I said, that's the problem. And I would ask them, I would say this, let me ask you this. If you had a best friend, don't y'all get into arguments sometimes? They would say, yes. But don't y'all turn around, forgive each other, and keep on going as best friends? They say, yes. I said, then why can't you do it in your relationship? Well, problem is, number one, you have a poor friendship. So always remember, poor relationships equal poor friendships. Poor friendships equal poor relationships, and you'll see that. That's my best friend in there. We don't agree on everything, but that's my best friend. And our friendship means way more than my opinion about a subject matter. I ain't about to lose my best friend over no foolish conversation. Because the value of the friendship is far more important than the discussion that we're having. Type a 10 in the box if you're with me so far. That's number one. Okay, number two. This is going to be big. Oh, and God showed me this. That's why Jesus taught in parables. Parables means stories because it was memorable. And this was a huge one. Huge. Huge. Watch this. The second question I always ask them is, if you had to rate in your relationship the level of customer service you're receiving from your significant other, what would that number be? And I would ask each one of them. And they say, I ain't never heard of that. I know you haven't. That's a creation of Uncle P and God. What number would the customer, if you had to do a customer survey in your home, in your relationship, what would that number be? And without fail, the relationships that were flourishing and doing well, they had very high customer service rating numbers for each other. In the relationships that were failing and there was constant arguments, it was always the same thing, low customer service numbers. Low customer service. Sometimes, and I'm going to be very honest, some people, they work my last nerve on purpose. And I thank God for Donna. Donna, thank you for what you're doing. Sometimes she handles customers way better than me. I got so much on my mind, so much on my plate, and so many people who I'm trying to help. I don't have time for your foolishness, and I'm done. And I try to be as nice as possible, but at some point I'm done. And I don't want to be polite no more because I'm gonna tell you it all. I'm gonna tell you. And God is working on me on that one, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. But she handles customers way better than me. The level of customer service, like for an example, somebody left a comment and said, you know what's super easy? And that was something, and Donna, you see what I meant by it? Somebody left a comment, and they said, thank you for how fast you guys respond. Why? Because it's customer service. You know how many other companies I joined in Forex, and they took days before they even thought to respond to me. They were hoping that I would just go away. Now, when I was talking about purchasing something from them, they was on point, talking. The moment after I purchased it, they stopped speaking, and it was hard to find them. I said, not with Super Easy. We are not going to do that foolishness. We will respond. It may take us a little short amount of time. It may take us a couple hours because maybe we're handling things or whatever at lunch, whatever it is. But we will definitely get back to you. That was one of the things we did. Unless you're one of these people who keep trying to do some shady stuff, then yeah, there's a reason why we ain't getting back to you too quick. Because you're doing some stuff that's, we ain't got time for your foolishness. Outside of that, everybody else we try, including we have a autoresponder. Because I seen the email, I woke up like 2 o'clock in the morning last night and I saw a person upset talking about, well, I sent over my credentials and I ain't got my XYZ back. Bro, you do know it's 2 a.m. over here in the US. Calm down. You had an auto response that told you what our business hours are. The moment we get our business, once we come back during our business hours, we on top of it. But don't demand 2 in the morning for me to wake up just to attend to your wants because you decided at this moment you want to do XYZ. See, ridiculous. But outside of that, during customer service hours, we're always upon trying to get to people. Because we know you're ready to trade and you're trying to make this money. So we try to get to you as quickly as we can. Everybody understand what I'm saying? That's customer service. That's treating people right. Some of you guys at your freaking job, and let me be honest with you, because this makes no sense. You deal with customers at your job and you allow them to talk crazy as hell. Lord forgive me, but you do. And you deal with it. Why? Because it's a paycheck. Am I not right? Type a 40 in the box if I'm right. Thank you, Monica. She said our customer service is A1. Thank you so much for that. We work hard to do that. It's not easy because we do have personal lives and this and that. I'm telling you, it's not easy, but we tried our best to get to you guys. I'm not trying to have a neglectful company that just, it was cool talking with you when you came in and bought something, but then after that, we don't want to deal with you. Why do you think I do free classes? I'm visible. I'm here. Right or wrong, whether you like me or not, I'm here. I'm not leaving you hanging. Okay? Because that's what they did to me. And I don't want to do that to you guys. Okay? But it's a funny thing that you guys can deal with hell on earth customers and be polite and keep your customer service voice. But then the moment you get home, your spouse, they better not step out of line or else you're going to cuss them out. I don't understand that. How could you be so nice to somebody who don't even matter to you? And the one that you laying up in them sheets, created a family with, or trying to create a family with, or whatever your situation is, trying to your significant other, you have zero patience and you're willing to cuss them out at the drop of a hat. Where's your customer service for them? And so I learned that the customer service rating that goes on in a home dictates how well that house functions. In my house, we are always waking up trying to see how we can serve each other. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, and then I'll go to the fridge and get a cup out. Because sometimes, you'd be wanting something to sip on, but I don't go to the fridge and sip on my own. I'll get a glass out and I'll put some more cold orange juice in it. And I said, baby, and I'm sorry for waking you up, baby, but here's some orange juice. And in the middle of the night in the dark, she'll sip her juice. And then I'll stand there by the side of the bed, wait till she's done. I'll take the cup and put it on the counter. Because I want her, if I can quench my thirst, why can't I help her quench her thirst? Because eventually she's going to wake up and want to quench her thirst. She don't have to get out of bed to do that. She got a husband. Number two, some of y'all, this cup, I didn't move from my seat, but the cup appeared. How did it appear? Because she's always concerned making sure that her husband is drinking enough water. So I don't drink warm water or room temperature water. It has to be cold. What are you hearing here? Clink, 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 clink. Why? Because that's not water. This is ice water. She slipped it in, but y'all didn't see her on camera do it. We're waking up trying to see how can I provide good customer service to my significant other, no matter how small. This morning, I made the bed after we got up. And she said, thank you for making the bed. Well, thank you for being kind enough to lay in the bed with me for 10 years. Customer service, being nice to your customer. Type of 400 if this is making sense. We're almost done. I'm gonna let you go. I don't care how much money you make in Forex. If your house is in turmoil, you ain't gonna enjoy that money. This is why I'm trying to keep you guys balanced to understand life is a circle. It's not just about the money. I got to get the bag. Yeah, but you ain't got nobody to share the bag with. That's why you go on these shopping sprees thinking that buying a Louis bag or a Gucci this and that gonna make you feel better. It does temporarily, but then guess what? When you wake up the next day, that shopping spree experience is over and the hell that you're still dealing with in that relationship still exists. And Gucci and Louis can't fix that. Gucci and Louis can't bring peace in your home. Gucci and Louis can't bring peace in your mind. So number one is friendship. Number two, provide good customer service. Number three, quick. Here we go. Watch this. And number four is going to be beast mode. Okay. Number three, no controlling. I do not, under any circumstance or her, me, try to dictate what we or she should be doing. My job as her husband is to provide an environment for her to grow in whichever way God leads her, or whichever way she decides she wants to wake up and live her life. I'm not trying to tell her what to do. She asked me my opinion sometimes on certain things, and I said, well, baby, if it was me, watch what I said. Baby, if it was what? Me. If it was me. I am not telling her what to do. She's a grown woman. And I want her to have the freedom to make choices that will help her feel like she's accomplishing whatever she sets in her heart to do. I am not a dictator. No, I'm the man of this house. You better cook me some bacon. God forbid. God forbid. And you wonder why she's malfunctioning in your home. You wonder why he's malfunctioning in your home. No one wants to live under a dictator. One of the statements which I thank God I married a woman like this. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Happy wife, happy life. That is some bull if I ever heard it. And I ain't cussed, but you know what I'm saying. That is some bull. What you're saying is I'm narcissistic and everybody in my house better please me or else there's hell to pay. And you wonder why you have a dysfunctional home. That is no, now watch this. Oh, so I done lost some people. See, I know I ain't want to hear this, Jesus, but I'm gonna tell them. If you had a man saying, I'm the king of this castle, this is my house. Now, if a man said that, every woman would say, he's narcissistic, he's this and that. But what do you think it sounds like when you saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Happy wife, happy life. So in other words, until you're happy, none of us could have a happy life. And you don't think that's narcissistic? Oh, Jesus, see, no, I should have just stopped at Forex. I should have shut my mouth. Problem. See, people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Neither one of you should be trying to control the other. We're a team. And as a team, we consult each other because your opinion in this house is just as valuable as mine. And the day I forget that, the house is in chaos. It's my way or the highway. And you wonder why you're in and out of relationships all the time. Stop trying to control the person. And you want to know why that is so important? You have no idea the gift that God may have put in them that is different from the gift he put in you. Let me give you an example, and then I'll go to the fourth and I'm going. Watch this. John, that's a perfect word. He said manipulation. That is, you're a gaslighter, you're mean, you're controlling, and you are a dictator in that home. And you wonder why people, watch this. You think because they're afraid of you that they're going to be loyal to you. But who wants to be loyal to a dictator? And then when they bail out on you, you want to play victim and say, oh, see. No. Don't play victim. Because you was a victimizer. And now you want to play the victim. You can't do that, sir or ma'am. You can't victimize people under your dictative rule and then turn around when your people want to leave. Oh, God, why am I talking? Shut up. Lord have mercy. This ain't the place. This ain't the place. They ain't gonna like me no more. Lord, I'm gonna have a problem with class next week because ain't nobody gonna show up. But it's the truth. It's the truth. The Bible says, and the truth will set you free. You want peace in your home? Be a peaceful person. Don't expect to get what you ain't given. You're a hellraiser person, but you're expecting to have peace from your subjects, because that's how you're treating the people in your house. You treat them like subjects. I'm the king in this house. So that means they're your subject. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So that means they're your subjects. Interesting. Interesting. We don't do that in this house. What she has to say is just as valuable as mine. We make discussions about things and then we move on. Discussions don't always agree, but we cool. Why? Because I want her more than the discussion. Let me get to this last one. And this is beautiful. And I'll let y'all go because I got things to do. Oh, this is so good. And Donna, I told you I prefer to do this rather than Forex. I told you I want to do this. This is what I prefer to do with my life. Forex is cool, but I prefer to teach on subjects like this. John said a hellraiser looking for heavenly encounters. Stop. Don't type no more, bro. Funny. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's too funny.
Power on.
Oh my God, that's funny. He said a hellraiser looking for heavenly encounters. That is too funny. That's golden right there. All right, let me get to the level. Oh my God. I'm gonna share that with Nancy. Oh my God, that was funny. Let me gather myself. I'm tired. I gotta go, man. Don't type nothing else, John. Stop. Okay, here's the last one. Here's the last one. Watch this. Watch this. And this is so simple. Do you know this one last thing can save relationships? You know how many divorces could be taken off the table because of this one last thing? Let me give you guys a backdrop first before I tell you what it is. They had this marriage event that was going on, and Nancy and I were invited to be guest support team at this marriage event. And it was a huge event. They rent out this magnificent place. It was really, really bougie and everything else. And they asked us to come and be a support team. So they had speakers and stuff up on the stage and this and that. And that was cool. And then they had a breakout session. And so they would have 3 to 4 couples at a table. They had these large round tables like you would see, at these big events, and it's large round tables. And so they would have 3 or 4 couples sitting around the table, and then they would ask us, some of us were invited to be support teams to come and sit with these couples during the breakout sessions and just have conversations with them. Okay, watch this. Watch this. This is so important. I never forget. This is why you got to listen to God. Again, I ain't no preacher, man, so don't ever hold me accountable to that. I'm not that person. Okay. But I do love God. God loves me. And sometimes when he's talking, I can hear him say some things in my heart. So we sat there and we was going around the table asking couples, and they was sharing why they were upset with each other. And each couple were talking. Now, I'll never forget. I can still see it in my mind's eye. I'll never forget. We were sitting there and God said, ask them this question. And I did. What was the question? I said, so let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys here feel like you're not appreciated? Do you know all the couples, man and wife, raised their hand and said, yes, that's the way I feel. All of them, without fail. 100% of them. 100%. I told you I made the bed this morning, which I typically do. I don't care. I'll make the bed. Most men don't want to make the bed. I don't mind making the bed. I don't mind washing towels. My mom taught me how to cook, clean, this and that. That's why I was able to run a restaurant. She taught us how to do all that. I don't believe in this relationship. I don't believe in roles. I believe whatever needs to be done, we both can do it, except for I don't let my these precious hands of hers, they are not going to touch the trash. That's the one thing that is a man's role, in my opinion. These hands of hers will never touch the trash can. Although, here's what she does. Here's what she does. Oftentimes, when I'm not looking, she takes the trash out. Because in her mind, it's not a man or woman's role. It's just need to be done to help the house stay clean. So when I woke up this morning and she went, she stepped out of bed and she went to go do something. By the time she came back, the bed was made up with the fluffy pillows and everything the way she likes it, right? Really pretty. And she came back in and she said, oh, thank you so much for making the bed. And my mind was on something else. I heard her, but I didn't respond. So she said it louder, honey, thank you so much for making the bed. I said, oh, no problem. Thank you for laying in the bed with me. What am I sharing with you guys? That's this last bonus. The word thank you and I appreciate you flows in this house like a river. I have never been told thank you so often in my life until I got married to her. There's not a day that goes by that she's not telling me thank you for something. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't tell her I love you and I thank you for so and so. Our house is filled with gratitude for each other. Watch this, and don't you ever forget this. Here's the scale. I've been dealing with relationship people and Nancy and I, we've dealt with thousands of couples. So you think Forex is something? No, that's not even my passion. Teaching on relationships is. And we've helped thousands of people. I told you we had 250,000 followers when we had our Facebook page before it got hacked. And we had thousands of people all over the world tuning in. I have found this to be true. Don't ever forget what I'm going to share with you. Here's the climax. If you had a scale, the more complaints, the less thank yous and gratitude. The more gratitude, the less complaints in the house. I'll do it again. We have found, see, some of you guys are paying to go to marriage counseling. You're wasting your money. Because many of them, they're not teaching you what you need to know. They're letting you vent by the hour. And just asking, well, Jane, how do you feel about what John said? Well, he shouldn't have said that. Well, John, how do you feel about, and that's all they're doing. They're just letting you vent, playing referee. I'm giving you what will solve your problem. And it's free. Here it is. I'll go over it again. If you was to put things on the scale, and you can even think in your mind's eye, whether it was a past relationship or a present one, when there's a number of complaints, there's very little appreciation going on in that relationship. And when a person does not feel appreciated, you got problems. The antivirus to problems in a relationship is gratitude. When this person feels valued and appreciated and you're telling them thank you for what they do, guess what? They're going to do more of it because they want to constantly hear you say thank you. So they will do the very actions that you keep complaining about. The problem is you keep doing it in a complaining way, so it's irritating them and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Oh God, I got to say this, Lord, I got to say it. Here it is. Women, I'm gonna help you out. If you're a woman, you better hear me. You better hear me real good. There's a verse in the Bible, and it only talks to the men, never to the woman. The Bible says, and be not bitter against your wife. Oh, this is going to be so good. Men, you ain't got to say nothing. Don't type. Well, yeah, you can type if you want to, because I'm the only one seeing it. Okay, here's the deal. There are a lot of men who resent the woman they're with as we speak. They don't even like you. You sexy as hell. Lord, forgive me. You sexy. You this and that. But they still don't like you. Yeah, but I cook. So what? He can cook for himself. He'd rather, do you know he'd prefer to have a bologna sandwich than to deal with you if he had his choice? Even as we're talking, he may be thinking of his exit strategy or cheating. And I'm not endorsing cheating or exiting, but I'm just telling you what happens behind the scenes with men. Why did the Bible tell the man not to be bitter against his wife? Because men, when it comes to arguments, typically, if you had to go strength to strength, mouth to mouth, the woman can always outtalk the man. So a lot of men go quiet. This is why I'm against that. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, because the man will get quiet, but it doesn't mean he's happy. He gets resentful and bitter. And when he gets resentful and bitter, if he stays, then he becomes destructive because he's angry. But then oftentimes when that doesn't relieve the pressure, he ends up leaving. and you didn't see it coming. So then you go to your girlfriend's, girl, I don't know what happened. Your uncle was telling you. It wasn't a sudden decision on his part. Interesting. Interesting. And it goes vice versa. Man, you hollering king of the castle, king of the castle, I'm the king of this castle. But you never told her thank you for the things she's doing in that castle. You're an ungrateful king with a lopsided crown upside your dumb head. Because you're so focused on your authority in that house until you're not appreciating the things that are happening in that house. And you're a fool. You're a foolish king, if anything. She's sitting up here taking care of your big head kids. And you never told her thank you. You look down on her. Yeah, I'm out here winning the bread. Okay, but you don't think taking care of your big head kids ain't a job? When was the last time you told her thank you? You come in stinking with your funky feet and then want to lay up with her. Did you tell her thank you? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Type of 45 if you hear what I'm saying. This last one is one of the most powerful because I have seen it over and over and over again. And it is ultimately the destruction of the relationship simply because of this one little simple thing. Why would I tell him thank you for doing what he's supposed to do? And then when he ain't doing it, you want to go to your girlfriends and start crying. He ain't, well. Well, now she ain't do, well, when she was, did you tell her thank you? Did you show her some gratitude for the things she was doing for your big head? And without fail, low appreciation, high amounts of arguments and disputes in an unhappy home. High levels of appreciation, very low numbers of complaints, arguments, and disagreements in the home. That is without fail. And I've been doing the relationship game far longer than Forex, and I have seen it. No matter what state I went to, no matter what country called into our show, no matter what, it was always the same thing. And this saved our relationship. We wake up trying to outcompete each other subconsciously on how to treat each other nice. I cannot walk, let me tell y'all this, I can't even walk out the door. Unless she's in a phone conference, I cannot walk out the door without her stopping me and saying, baby, hold on, wait, let me pray over you. And her sweet little voice, she said, God, please protect my husband and watch over my husband. And Lord, keep my husband safe. I can drop a tear because just hearing her sweet voice, gentle voice, just a nice voice. She's not rough with me. And she prays to make sure that I'm covered before I walk out the door. And if she's in attendance in a conference meeting, which it sounds like she's in one now, if I was to leave out the door right now and go somewhere, shortly when that call is done with her conference, I'm going to be getting a call. Honey, you left and I didn't get to pray for you. And she'll pray with me over the phone. Lord, please watch over my husband and protect my husband and bring my husband back home safely. And Lord, and she just, you see what I'm saying? Just kindness spills in this home. That's why it's a peaceful home. Because we're kind to each other. We're gentle with each other. We're careful with each other. We're not just going to say something because that's what I felt like saying, without realizing the impact of what it can do to that person's heart. We're very gentle with each other. And we say, thank you for everything. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Without her, Uncle P would not be able to do what he's doing. She's nice, very peaceful, beautiful girl, but her personality is just golden. And truth is, if I had to choose between beauty and personality, I would take personality all day long because beauty is everywhere. You got so many fine women out here, they fine. And hellions will cuss you out in a drop of a hat. I was watching, let me say this and let y'all go. I was watching, me and my wife, we like to watch Ready to Love on it's called a show called Ready to Love. And boy, one of these guys, he said on this season, boy, he said the nail on the head. Oh, these some pretty women, but let me see what once they open their mouth. I said, oh God, that's a smart man. And one of the prettiest ones on the show, boy, oh my God, she is a maniac. And you the pretty one on the show. Prettiest one on the show, and a hellion. And I said, no wonder she's single. We see it. But sometimes you say, hey, well, she's so pretty. Why is she single? Now you know. Oh, he's so handsome. Why is he single? Now you know. They're not kind. They're not nice people. They're ungrateful. You get in a relationship with them, you're a servant to them, not a significant other. Notice the term, significant other. You are not a significant other. You're just an other. And in their mind, you're replaceable. That's where that term, if my way or the highway, you're replaceable. You don't have significance. They don't appreciate you. Or you're not appreciating them. And that's completely fixable. Starting today, just here's the deal. And here's what I told couples when they came to me years ago when I used to do marriage counseling. Here's what I told them. What I want you to do is find a reason to tell your spouse thank you 5 to 10 times a day. And that was so foreign to them. They're like, why was it foreign? Because they haven't been doing it. 5 or 10 times a day. Yeah, 5 or 10 times a day. Just find a reason to tell your significant other thank you. And do you know the ones who did my advice? They said their relationship started turning around. Because they focused less on what the issues were and more on the person. And when the person felt appreciated, they automatically started fixing their behavior in a way that brought them more appreciation from the other. So how did you fix the person to do what you actually wanted them to do? It was smart thinking. It was just, let me give them what they want, and they gave me what I wanted. If they want appreciation, you give them appreciation in return, voila. And it worked. Let me leave you with this. There was a show called Wife Swap. It used to be on years ago, a TV show called Wife Swap. And what happened was the wives from different types of ideas, philosophies, families, and this and that, they would swap wives to live 2 weeks in another per family. So this may be a white family with a religious background, and you have a black family over here with a different philosophy on life and this and that. And they would swap the wives to stay in the other person's family and act as the wife for 2 weeks. And for the first week, the wife just had to go along with whatever was normal in that home. The second week, the wife had the say-so to create rules according to how she saw would be the best way to run that house. And at the end of the 2 weeks, the husband and wife couples will come to the table and have a discussion on what they learned from the other person, the crossbreeding situation. Do you know, quite often when you watch the show, sometimes they may show some reruns, you'll see that when the wife came back home first, before they sat at the table and did a debrief, they would show the wife coming back home to her husband. And do you know, they would run up to each other and hug each other like it was the last thing on earth they wanted to see. Now, they had them living in the home the whole time, but because they were separated from them and had to deal with somebody else, by the time that wife came home, They were hugging each other, and it could have been the wife who was underappreciating the husband or vice versa. But at the end of the day, they would run up into each other's arms and hold each other, and the family dynamic would change. Why? Because they got to see what it was like not with that person and living in a different situation. What happened was they learned to appreciate what the person was bringing to the table. That's what it was. And I will not let that go in my house. My wife will feel appreciated. Okay. All right, you guys. Yes, Sabrina, they realized what they had. Okay, you guys, I got to get out of here. If this was helpful, type a 200 in the box and I got to go. I know this is Valentine's Day, so I'm giving you some Valentine's relationship advice, free advice. Okay. All right, you guys, be blessed.